sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword fight, fight, fight. Monkey sword, monkey sword.
Get yourself stacked. Ready to go.
We're recording, shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Go on, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with another edition of the Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. I'm your host today, Mike Dots. No Jordan Patrick today.
Words with dots.
Oh, we're going straight in.
Yep.
All right. Words with Dots. To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. Nothing in life is worthwhile unless you take risks. I saw that on a really cool Denzel Washington video. They pieced together a whole bunch of things where he was speaking at graduations. And I saw that and I was like, God damn it, I want to be good at something right now. Don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to be good at something right now because of Denzel Washington.
A lot of the words with dots the last few weeks, I've had that kind of running theme.
Yeah.
Just like get off your ass and do it.
I know.
Don't talk about doing it. Just fucking do it.
It's after your motivational speak a few weeks back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. By the way, guys, I'm Andy Mack. What's happening?
I was
On the
getting
ones and
there.
twos.
Andy Mack on the ones and twos. We're also joined by Ali McKay.
Sup?
He didn't bail on us this time after last time.
No, man, I was sick last time.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, Ali's going to come kick it with us for a while. No Jordan Patrick this week. Do you want to explain why?
He's saft. The guy's weak. He says he's got an upset stomach.
His
or
tummy
something
hurts.
Like that. Yeah. Needing to be sick day in his bed.
Yeah, Jordan's not feeling. We'll get well soon. Jordan's got a weak immune system. That's what I put it down to. He's not really. He doesn't put up with colds very well.
I thought it was because I was here on my Rangers fan.
Oh, I was gonna say that
That's what
too.
it is.
Yeah, we can't have a Ranger supporter and him sitting in here. When Dave came, you're the second person from the place that shall not be mentioned to be on this podcast.
Oh, yeah, I've noticed that.
Actually, no. What's his name works here? The Dougie works there too, doesn't he?
Yeah, Murray Ged was on as well.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's a lie. So,
It's bullshit, mate.
yeah.
There's a lot of people from the place that will not be named have been on.
But when Dave was here,
From-
he was, from beep, beep. I just want to say it so we can beep it out. All right, beep
Go.
it out. So when Dave was on, he was very quiet. He didn't say much. So you're gonna have to stick up. I want a lot of pro Rangers talk today.
I mean,
because-
I can do that. No problem at
please
all.
do when we're getting to sports because I only put
Because I've been catching
I'd
up and I've
rather-
been listening to Jordan bitching for a while. Like, so
What were you saying?
just looking forward to bantering. Sorry, Andy.
No, I was just going to say I'd rather you didn't go like all in on the Rangers talking that night, but it would maybe provide some balance to our listeners who are so used to having it from one side.
Well, balance of one episode out of what 60 something. FairCity Jiu-Jitsu, sponsors of today's show. Preshire's only dedicated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training facility offers classes suitable for all experience levels, 7 days a week. Everyone's welcome. Come in, get fit, enjoy being part of a team, and learn something new. And the first session is for free.
Free at FairCity Jiu-Jitsu.
So you can contact them on Facebook, FairCity Jiu-Jitsu,
Yeah.
and you can ask some questions. They'll be help you out. We had on
Nate Black.
Nate last week, one of our most listened to episodes.
Nate's numbers were crazy, so shout out to Nate and all the guys at FairCity, because like when we've had Steve and that on before, like their numbers have just been absolutely like mental. That first day just goes wild. So shout out to the guys at FairCity Jiu-Jitsu.
Nice. All right. So we got any feedback? Yeah, it's roasted in here. Any feedback at all? I'm going to check the Facebook page.
I've not had any direct feedback.
Oh, this is from Chris Casser from
Yeah.
Facebook. Hi, mate. Cracking show as ever. I'm turning into a proper fucking fanboy, which I like to hear. A couple of Braw Or Naws. So we'll add that on there. Also, Braw Or Naws was cold takeaway pizza for breakfast and folk having a full-blown conversation while on the shitter. Those are good. Also, a top three. What are your top three MSF episodes, Monkey Sword Fight episodes? So that's pretty good.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one. We've still got a top three from last week, so that one will get slid into next week, just in time for Jordan coming back, eh?
Braw.
Brah.
How was your week so far? We'll start with you, Andy Mack.
Busy. Just finished up with the Blair Gowrie students today, though.
Yeah.
So that was Blair Gowrie High. I was working it for a few weeks, which was an interesting experience.
How was that?
Eventful.
Did you get swung at it all or
No.
chibbed?
Mate, kind of hit what you can't see, eh? Dodged. No, in all fairness, the students in that were pretty cool, man. I'm not sure a huge amount of them had any sort of desire to do sound engineering and that kind of stuff. But just tried to make the sessions as engaging as possible. And I think they left today. I was just kind of thinking to myself, do you know what? You guys will be sitting in fucking some STEM session, aeronautical engineering or some shit for the next 6 weeks, and you'll be sitting there going, fuck, I wish I was in that class.
Yeah.
Macapella, yo. So, nah, man, it was good. Apart from that, just buying loads of gear, mate, as I'm sure anyone who follows my Instagram stories, at Macapella, by the way, anyone that follows that, I'll see I've just been spending all my money on mics.
I saw you flipping out your knife there to cut the boxes open to get all your gear out.
That's a nice lockback,
I thought you, yeah, it is. I thought you were going to bring those mics here. I want to have one of the mics that hangs from the ceiling so I could be like a professional.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, if you want to get like,
No, I'm just joking. I know you don't want to use your good shit on the podcast.
no, it's not that. Like, but what I do want to get is anyone that watches the Joe Rogan podcast will notice a lot of these podcasts have a very similar kind of quite a distinctive kind of mic. It's called the Shure SM7B. So just a way to pick up one of them, but they're like 350 quid a piece. So it's.
You don't want us to break them, is that what you're saying?
No, it's fine. If you want to use one.
It's not pocket change.
not
No,
pocket
the moral of
change.
the story is if you want to use one, buy your own one.
Oh, okay.
I'm only
It's
joking.
like that, Mike.
You said Ace Ventura there. I'm no, sorry, Joe Rogan, who talked about Ace Ventura. So I'm going to touch on that in a minute. Ali, how was your week so far?
Decent, man. Decent. Tried Fat Burger last week.
Oh, how was
Just
it?
Opened up and done. It was tasty.
How was
busy?
Was it busy?
Yeah, like it's Hojin.
Yeah.
Kept going.
What did you get?
I got a double burger, double quarter pounder or something like that. Fries in it.
What do they put on it? Like stock?
Everything.
Oh,
Too much stuff for me. Gherkins, tomatoes, lettuce, onions.
Let's go right now.
Loads of shit.
sounds
Loads
good.
of shit. But yeah.
So was it expensive?
It's pricey, but most of them are. It's like Five Guys level pricing. It's
One
like
of those-
14 quid or something like that for a burger, fries, and a drink.
One of those gourmet burger
£14
places.
for a burger, fries, and drink.
It's decent though, man.
That's actually not that bad compared to Five Guys. Five Guys is a little bit more than that, I think, isn't it? It's like 17
there or
pounds.
thereabout,
It's close
like,
to
yeah.
20.
What's their vegan menu like?
Fuck knows, fuck cares.
How are you holding up with that? Oh, have you not started yet?
No, it's not till the 1st of February. What's this today? This is the 29th. So I start
it's
on.
coming.
Yeah, I start on Friday. So I think I'm just going to go absolutely mad. Just have like a pepperoni passion from Domino's for breakfast.
Was this your-
India for my tea?
Was you buying all this equipment? Was this like you having an excuse to not have any money for any vegan food coming up? It's kind of like, oh, I spent all my money on fucking mics this week. Can't buy fucking sausages from Linda McCartney.
Mike, I'd never actually thought of it like that. That's
This is you subliminally ruining your diet for much.
No, I tell you what though, just quickly, I just came back from Mama Mac's there, and I was in about her Brexit cupboard. That's what
Brexit?
yeah,
Okay.
she has a lot. She has this thing that's called her Brexit cupboard because they keep telling you there'll be food shortages and that, but she's got this cupboard that's full of fucking beans, pasta, fucking everything that you'd need to survive if.
An apocalypse.
Yeah, basically. So I was in there the day. She's been giving me tons of spices and beans and lentils and all sorts of shit.
Yeah.
So that basically all I need to do is grab corn mince or corn fucking fake chicken or whatever like that, and just get fucking cracking on. She's like, "You don't have enough spices." I'm like, "You want to see my spice drawer, man? My spice rack?
So
It's
there you
off
go,
the
man.
chain, man."
Didn't he
by
tell
the way.
me?
But
What-
she's like, that's the big secret with it. Just loads and loads of spices in your food with the vegan stuff, particularly with the fake meats and all that to give it
Yeah,
some.
no, definitely.
Some life.
So yeah, I
Definitely.
was just there raiding the cupboard. So shout out Mama Mac.
What's your go-to spice? Like, what can you put on anything that it's like, all right, this is gonna taste better because I put this on it?
Chili.
Chili.
Yeah, man. Chili flakes.
All right.
Definitely.
Smoked paprika powder, maybe.
Oh, yes.
Ooh,
Definitely.
That is good.
It's one of my favourites.
I like garlic.
Yeah, garlic.
Garlic salt as well.
Yep.
Throw that in there. That makes everything taste good.
Bit of cumin.
Oh,
Bit of warmth about it. It's not
pep me
smack.
up.
Anything
Smack in the
with,
face is chili.
anything with tomatoes in it or anything like that, you've got to get it pumped full of oregano as well. Sorry, oregano.
Oregano. Oregano. Oregon's a state, a city.
Get some basil.
Yeah, so going back to what you were talking about, Joe Rogan, did you see that? I don't know if I put it in our chat about him saying, he was kind of half joking about how Ace Ventura was transphobic. Because at the end, when they rip off Mr. Winky, when he pulls her pants down and his little penis tucked in the back. Is it transphobic or, well, would it be considered transphobic now? I guess the answer to that is yes, because everyone's
now it
afraid
would be
of
afraid,
everything. Yeah. But is that offensive? Do we deem that offensive?
No.
It shouldn't be, but somebody will be offended by it, I'm sure.
Well, this is a chat that I was having with some of my friends, and they were like, it's not offensive because like people try to force things on you that aren't your preference. So some may have a preference for blondes or brunettes. And if someone's preference is to not be with someone who was once of the opposite sex, is that not considered a preference? And you're a bigot if you don't like that. And I was like, no, I don't think so. I'm not going to push that on me. But I think Joe Rogan was he was going on with it because he's not Mr. PC either. He likes to jump in there and mix it up with the PC gang.
He's been going down. I think I said this a few weeks ago. He has been going down in my estimations a lot recently.
Mm-hmm. Why?
Just, I don't know, he just seems to be... Remember I was talking about the whole UFC and the doping thing when they had, Nowitzki and all that on. It's just like, you're just a corporate show, man. You know it, man. You know it.
Ever since the Mike Tyson interview. Did you see the Mike Tyson interview, Ali?
I think I saw some of this on Facebook.
It was just a total snooze, and I was like, I don't know.
Do we think Kanye's going to be that disappointing?
No, I don't. Because Kanye's never disappointing. That's the thing.
Because he's always got something controversial to say.
Yeah, something stupid to say, too.
Yeah. He's only just realised that Trump's a jackass.
Yeah.
I mean, it took him long enough.
So I don't think that's not going to disappoint. And I think Joe will call him out on some of his bullshit, too.
I hope so.
Yeah. So
I hope so.
I've also still been planning this stag-do.
What's the latest?
It's not fun.
It's not fun, mate. I'm
It's
in the
not
same
fun.
boat right now.
So I thought I was all organized. I told you guys last time I got my spreadsheet and I divided everything by the amount of people there. And I actually spent like the first week including the stag in that. I don't know if I said that last time. So I was like, oh shit. So now everyone's a bit more. You can't charge the stag to stay and go out to dinner and do all that shit. You know, you got to take them out.
No, I know you can, but
So then, you know, I'm finally starting to get some money rolling in. It was beep it out payday. So people started paying. Then 2 days ago, I had two people send me an email, like, "Oh, here you go. Here's the money for it." And it's short. They're like, "Oh, we're not staying in the hotel." I was like, "Okay,
You're not staying outside?
No, I guess maybe they're gonna stay nearby just to save a couple of pounds, which is fine if you told me before I booked the rooms. So now that's going to affect all the other people. So I've just emailed back the hotel.
did you check with all the guys first of all that they were all happy for you to book the accommodation as well, though?
They knew what we were doing ahead of time. I let them know what we were doing. I let them know what the costs were per person. And would you not assume that those costs would go up if you were to pull your money out of that? If I said it's £100 per man to do X, Y, and Z for this day, and if you don't pay a certain portion of that, wouldn't you just, isn't it common sense that it's going to go up? Or no?
No.
Because I'm genuinely asking, because I don't want to sound like an asshole, but I would have thought, like, I would have asked. I would have been like, is this going to affect something else if I don't stay at the hotel? Because...
Nah, see, I wouldn't ask that, but what I would have been looking at would have been straight up, like, if I'm giving you £250 for this stagger, what exactly am I getting for my money?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're booking the hotel, so I'll have some place to stay. Great. If at that point I was like, I'm not wanting you to book the hotel, I would have said, Ken, what, Mike? That's fine. I'm cool with all that, but let me book my own accommodation.
Okay.
And that problem wouldn't have arisen. But then that depends. Did you then sit down and explicitly say to them, look, I'm booking your hotel, or not?
No, I didn't say all that.
I've got this minefield coming up, man. Honestly.
Are you planning one too, Alan?
I'm planning one too for my mate who's getting married later on this year.
And he doesn't agree with me, so we're just going to talk to you now, Ali. So where
I'll
are
catch
you?
you later. Do you want to just finish this up and edit it the night, Mike?
No, so where is your stag going?
Well, it was going to be in Portugal.
Okay.
But there was a lot of fucking radio silence on that front. And then I threw out the idea, like, because I thought, well, these guys not getting us messages, what's going on? And then I threw out the idea of maybe doing something in this country, and suddenly the group chat has just lit it up. So it's come to life now.
So where are you going to go?
I think we're going to Liverpool.
Okay.
I've been there before. It's decent city to go to for a stag do.
How many guys you got going?
I think there's about 10 or 15 of us.
Okay.
But again, it's down to people actually fucking replying to the messages would help a lot.
Why do people do that? It's like I'm trying to include you in something here, and it's like we're not going to talk to you on Facebook.
I mean, it's not for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's for a mutual friend.
You don't want to go do the fun activities and go eat the nice steak that we're getting all organized for you? Then fine, don't come.
Some people just didn't want to spend money, or some people really begrudge like spending the money.
Granted, man, but at least say, Ken,
Speak
what, I've
up.
not got the cash right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there was one guy who basically read the messages. You know, like on WhatsApp, it comes up with the old blue ticks.
Yeah.
Sound, everybody's read this. Sweet. You know what I mean? I'm going to get some feedback here. Nothing.
Nope.
And then the next minute, so-and-so has left the group. I'm like, What a fucking dick. He could have at least
Said something.
You know what I mean? Sorry, I can't make it. Times didn't work out. I've got kids, whatever. Just give me something. Give me some kind of feedback. Nothing.
Yeah.
Left, silent. I was like, all right, bye then.
The courtesy, I think, is at least a reply.
Yes, exactly.
You can't, like, leave your group chat or, like, leaving the guy organizer just fucking hanging.
Just,
man. That's brutal.
he never even acknowledged the message and said nothing before he left. So I was like, come on, man.
What's his name? We'll deal with him later.
We'll sort him out. We'll name and shame on the podcast. Yeah, see, my situation was a little different because I set up a Facebook event. So I had to invite people, and then they could decline or accept. So a lot of people accepted, and there were 4 people that declined, but 2 of which are going. So they didn't want to see all the bullshit, but they wanted to. They still want to go, which is fine as long as you communicate with me in some way. It's fine. So I'm posting these messages. I work in social media, so I'm trying to get people engaged naturally. That's what I do. It's in my blood. So I'm trying to get people. To engage with the post. I'm like, hey, like this post if you've seen it, because I don't know if you've seen this, and I don't want it to get to March 1st.
Give me something.
Yeah, I don't want to get to March 1st, and everyone's like, what are we doing? So, shout out to Ralph. Ralph listens. He works over at the place that shall not be named either, and he was saying, you're doing a good job trying to get everyone involved and blah blah. He's already paid his cut as well.
Good man, Ralph.
I'm on 3 levels, all right, because not everybody's got WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Not everybody's on Facebook. And I'm trying to text folk. So
It's tough.
Yeah, man.
Gotta be organized, man. Gotta be organized.
I'm going to come to you for some advice on this. I'm going to get some spreadsheets and shit together.
The latest thing now, sorry, what were you going to say, Andy?
I was just going to say, you're getting to the point where you're needing to literally go about and start collaring people face to face and being like, look,
I know,
man.
where's my money?
The problem is, I don't know half of these guys.
Me neither. I don't know them.
Like, I know my group of friends, but these are like additional folk that I don't know.
It's all right,
Of
man.
my
As long
mutual
as your
friend.
pals are going, that's all that
That's
matters.
what I'm saying,
Fuck
like,
everyone
If
else.
it didn't
As a
affect the
Corey,
money,
about 5 or 6 is, I'll be sound.
if it didn't affect the money, I wouldn't give a shit. I'd be like, if it's not if my money's not going up, the amount I have to pay is not going up, then that's fine. But my latest thing now is I was going to get everyone to get taxis from where we're going to the second place where we're going. It's a shooting range. We're going to do some clay pigeon shooting, right? So
Decent.
It looked like I was jerking off there, but I was cocking a rifle. Sorry.
Is that what
It's
you
not
call
a
it?
rifle, mate.
Yeah, I do actually, Ali.
You got a lot. You don't go clay pigeon shooting with a rifle.
What do you do? What do
You
you
go
shoot
with a shotgun.
A shotgun. Okay. All right, there we go. I'm learning something tonight.
You're going to really struggle with a rifle, mate.
It's gonna blow my shoulder out of the socket, isn't it?
The shotgun will. You'll get used to it, man. Honestly, it's all right.
Hold sight to that big weapon.
No, I'm American. It's my blood to shoot shit too. So we're gonna
right.
do that, and I was like, let's just get taxis. It's 15 of us, but if we order taxis in advance, it'll be fine. So then when I put that's when people piped up. When there was the opportunity to shoot shit down, that's when people piped up. They were like, well, maybe we should organize travel. How are we getting back and forth? So then, which I didn't do at the time, I looked on Google Maps to see where we were going and how far I was from the hotel, and I was like, this could be like 2 hours away, and I didn't even look. But it was only like a half hour away, 15 minutes away. I was like, cool. So then I put a little poll up on the Facebook event and put little gifts on there too. Everything's moving around. I was like, what do you guys want? Do you want to do a cab or do you want to get the minibus? Everyone chooses the minibus. I was like, all right, that's cool. So now I'm in the process of booking minibuses, calling all these places, trying to get people to give me a good deal. But now I'm waiting for someone to bail out of that now. I'm waiting for someone to be like, no, we're going to drive. Well, we'll meet you there. So I'll keep you updated. I'm stressed out.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, people can be so flaky, can't they?
Yeah.
It's just like, come on, the fuck, man. This is one of your best mates, and it's my job to organise it.
Exactly.
I've got my finger at my arse, and I'm doing all the heavy lifting here. The least you can fucking do is the courtesy of just acknowledging my message and
Yeah,
just saying,
exactly.
bro.
Yeah.
And look, didn't piss me about either. Like, I'm one of these guys. I'll be straight in there. I'll be like, I'm not interested in your Facebook page and all that. No offense, Mike. No, this is just me speaking personally. I'm
No,
just
go
saying.
ahead. Dive in.
No.
But like, I'm no bothering all that. I just want to know, look, what date is it? How much does it cost? What am I getting for my money? How much do you think I'm going to need to spend on top of that?
Yeah.
Perfect. Right, I'm in or I'm out.
One of my mates does that.
That's it.
Anytime we set up a group chat, he's just like, text me near the time, and he leaves the group chat. And you have to text him a week before, and we're like, we're
do
going to
that.
go out on Saturday, and he's like, sound.
Cool.
Because he doesn't want all the crap in between.
Yeah, I can't deal with it. I got enough
Yeah.
crap popping up all the time without, group chats for something that's 9 months away. I'm just like, I'm in.
No.
I know when it is. It's booked. So
Yeah, but you
I'll
want
catch you later.
to drum up some interest and get
I
people
know.
excited about
I
it.
know.
That's just me. I understand people.
No.
People are different that way, and that's fine. The same guy, the guy who I'm booking the stag for, right? When I met him and I was telling him about it, trying to get him hyped up for it. He is getting hyped up for it, but he also told me about an incident he had with his dog, right? So he was walking his dog. This is a couple of months ago, And out of nowhere, 2 staffies came and like ripped his dog apart, basically, like tore it up, right? So I had to go to the vet and blah, blah, blah. I had to get insurance. So when he told the insurance company what happened to the dog, and they asked for different records from his vet, and then they declined to pay out because they said that his dog was deemed aggressive because they had to put a muzzle on it at the vet. So you know how sometimes you got to do stuff. You got to sometimes stick a thermometer in your dog's ass to take the temperature, and that's not very nice. Very nice. I haven't had anything shoved up my ass, but I imagine if I did, I may need to be muzzled because I may be. We all heard that before, Mike. But I felt it was a little unfair that you deem a dog aggressive because they had a muzzle, especially in the vet. It's not like it went out ripping other dogs apart like it had done to her.
Did it need a muzzle in the vet anytime it was at the vet?
No, this was
After it just been mauled?
No. This was just
Right.
in the past. So this maybe like 2 or 3 years ago.
It's an insurance job. It's an insurance company's job to do that, though, is to fucking no pay up
Insurance
or
is a
anything if
scam.
they can't.
Insurance is a scam. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And don't get me wrong, it was probably a lot of money, but that's why I have you there for. I have you there so when shit goes wrong, you take care of it. I've probably paid you. He's probably paid them well over the amount of whatever it's
Could
going
have
to
bought a new
cost.
dog probably with
Yeah.
that, at least.
So he's not the type to let shit go. So he,
Just getting you dog. Just buying you
bin
dog.
the dog.
That's it. Sack
It's
it
a
off.
cheaper fucking
Get a new
option.
one. Yeah. I'll tell you, just quickly, just as you're touching on insurance, I know what you're saying. I know how your mate feels there because a couple of years ago, I got a knock from an upstairs neighbour. And they're like, "Hey, Andy, man, we've got dry rot in our floor. So our tenant's been letting water pish in their bedroom window, and it's dry rotted all of our floor out.
Yeah.
Okay." So it needs to be repaired, which means the builders need to come into yours from underneath it and cut huge holes in your ceiling and all that kind of stuff. So I phoned my insurance company. My insurance company said they wouldn't cover me for it.
Oh, that's terrible. Because it wasn't you that did it.
$2.5 grand.
No way.
Wow.
$2.5 grand.
Well, that's what happens.
I had to
with-
borrow money. I had to get help with money off my mum now because I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do? I challenge anybody, sitting listening to this podcast. Lucky you if you've got fucking $2.5 grand sitting spare in your bank for a rainy day in case something goes wrong. Because I sure as fuck don't. And it's just like, man, it's just their job, innit? It's just to find any excuse not to pay out if they can avoid it.
Well, fair enough with that because it wasn't you that did the damage. I don't know if it would cover.
The insurance wouldn't cover me for it. Nobody was covered for it.
That's
for dry
terrible.
rot.
In my
man.
flat, I live on the ground floor in my flat, and then the people who on the top, they were like, "Oh, something's wrong with the roof," but then everybody has to pay because the roof covers all of us.
Yeah, no,
basically.
that makes sense,
Everyone
yeah.
has to pay, and I was like, I don't know. What if they did something to that roof? Not saying they did. What if they did something to that roof? Now I got to come out of my pocket because maybe they lit up a fucking firework in the place and blew a hole in it.
That's how it
In
works.
their house. They set up a firework. Okay.
Maybe they did. Who knows?
That's how it
They're
works.
raging
So
alcoholics.
Drains, roofs. It's all communal repairs, man. It's all
Yeah.
split 6 ways.
My old neighbour flooded my house twice.
Oh no.
Yeah, twice. And twice we had to pay out of our own pocket to do the repairs. And then once the insurance company got the conclusion that she's a fucktard and she'd done it twice, then they paid us the money back. But it's finding that initial money, they said, to replace the ceiling or
So-
whatever else.
But why can't she pay it out? Why can't her insurance pay for the whole thing though?
Because it had to be
Pay for-
concluded and it had to be an investigation and it takes months at a time. She tried to plumb in her own washing machine and about shot herself across the kitchen with the water pressure because she turned it the wrong way. So yeah, I was like, "Can you hear water?" Sitting downstairs, "Can you hear water?" It's like, "Yeah." It's like, "Damn, it must be like heavy rain."
That
Looking
is
out the window,
terrible.
not a cloud in the sky. Went up the stairs and there's just water like cascading down my bedroom wall, through the doorways and everything.
If I could give people one bit of advice in life, it would be if you can't avoid it. I know it's not always easy, but like if you're going to have the choice between buying a really small house or a really big flat, buy the really small fucking house.
Oh wait, time out. That doesn't even matter. When you buy a house, shit just keeps going wrong and going wrong and going wrong. You may not have.
but then the flip side though is that you're not sitting there going, well, fuck's sake, this idiot next door. Like I'm
Very
dealing
true.
with just now, the guy who's got the water pissing all into my garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've not got like somebody attached to you, like a semi-detached house.
Yeah,
maybe
that's
somebody
true.
above you.
You know,
You're right. You're
you
right.
know,
You're
If,
right.
if the roof's fucked, it's your fault. If the drain's
Yeah.
fucked, it's your fault. But I could wake up one day on the ground floor and my drains are all blocked and spewing up at the back
Yeah.
because people above me are throwing fucking cotton buds and all sorts of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Listen, mate, it's happened before. The amount
Yeah.
of problems I've had because of my neighbours causing issues for me is probably why You can. I'm losing my fucking hair, mate.
Tell me about it.
Stress of living in that house, man.
You know what? Like, Connie actually had to get some of like the roof done because like a panel fell off and like fell down. It was like cracked on the sidewalk. It could have landed on someone's fucking head. And we wouldn't have even known. Well, we would have known when they would have. But like roofers is one of those jobs where, and kind of like a mechanic, where if shit goes wrong and they tell you it's wrong, you don't really know. Like I'm not climbing up on my roof to see what's going on. Like I was able to see that there was a panel missing, but he could have went up there and could have been like, oh yeah, there was a bee's nest up there. I had to get rid of that. I had to call the guy in to get the bees out. I had to get some aliens out of there. We had to kick them out of here, send them back out of space. 15,000 pounds. And we would have been like, oh, I guess we got to fucking pay John the roofer.
It's funny you say that. My mate that was just in there before we kicked off, he's a slater.
Yeah.
And he's like, half the time you be saying to folk, look, this is fucked. And they go, no, I can't. It looks fine. He's like, yeah, but that's not how it works. Just because it looks okay and it looks nice doesn't mean that it's functioning properly.
Yeah.
It's like going to a doctor, you know what I mean? No, like I feel all right. No, you're fucked. Trust me.
Ali, great segue. I got a good doctor one. And then we'll talk about why you're here. So
Let's hear for the crack.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, my sister passed away like sorry to get grim. Sister passed away probably like 2009, I think it was. She had blood cancer, right?
Oh, sorry, Mike, I didn't know that.
No, it's all right.
damn,
No,
I'm
it's fine. I didn't say that to get your sympathy. No, but every now and then, because like certain traits run in our family, I go get my blood tested every 6 months. So I don't know if you guys have. Yeah, it's something to do. I don't know if you guys have this issue with your doctor, but I go to the doctor and they go, oh, we'll test your blood. If there's anything that, maybe not wrong, but if there's anything that we want to retest or do anything for, we'll give you, within a week, 10 days, we'll call you. I'm like, cool. It happens without fail. Go get the blood or urine sample or poo sample, which is a fucking debacle. You ever have to get poo?
I did once, yeah, and it was...
It's not cool. They give you that
enjoy
little
it.
card.
It wasn't a pleasurable experience, I'll tell you that much.
They give you
Taking
this
a
little,
takeaway tub full of shit.
yeah, they give you this little carton that you have to put in your toilet. You got to poo in there. You got to scrape it out. It's just a terrible, terrible thing.
Nah, that's
But anyway.
nasty.
So I go in there, I give blood or whatever, and they go, all right, well, we'll give you a call, 10 days, cool. A month goes by, and you're like, oh, it must be fine. They didn't call me. Then the phone rings. And it's like, brrr. Oh, they go, Mr. Dots, yeah, you need to come back in. Blah, blah, blah. And you're like, am I dying? Am I going to fall out dead in front of my daughters here? What's going to happen? And then they go back and they go, it's like,
Cholesterol's high.
I swear to God, I think they've lost a couple of blood samples, and they're just kind of like, oh, yeah, we need to do it again. I'm like, do you need to do it again? What? So now I'm giving all these blood. I'm running out of blood. I need to give them blood again. And then they go, oh, yeah, no, it's fine. But then I got a letter yesterday from Nine Wells now. So now they tested my blood. They've referred me to Nine Wells without me knowing.
It's a big boy hospital getting involved, mate.
This is about 2 months ago.
You're fucked.
And now the letter says, it's all fine. Everything's fine. We tested you for this, and that. Everything is fine. But we want you to make an appointment to come out to Nine Wells. And I was like, why do I have to spend my day going to Nine Wells if I'm fine? But I got to do it.
Could you imagine if that was Jordan? He'd been off his work for fucking 9 months, man. The guy would have been in his bed for years. I'm too ill.
I know.
He's going to get it tight for no turning up, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
He will be. He was already earlier on. But no, just sorry to finish up on that, Mike, though. Yeah. Even though I know they're saying everything's okay and all that, you know, you got a duty to yourself to make sure that, you know, if these people are asking you to come in, even if you think there's not a reason for it and there's probably, you know, not a bad reason for it.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're well aware it's...
Duty of care,
Of course,
mate.
it's worth going in, man.
Of course. I always go. I put it in my calendar for the 6 monthly checks. Definitely want to go in there and get my blood tested. But it's just annoying that they can't give you, and like the people behind like the desk and the reception, they can't give you the answers anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta wait for the doctor. So then the doctor calls you and says, make an appointment. It's like, God damn, why is this taking so long? Meanwhile, this whole time I'm like, am I dying? I don't know what's happening.
Just remember though, mate, you could be back in the States and that could have just cost you $30,000.
Very true.
So just lap it up while you're here,
That
mate.
is
God
very
love the
true.
NHS, mate.
Speaking of the NHS, Ali,
Yes.
you've probably cost the NHS quite a bit, haven't you?
I wouldn't like to put a sum on it, mate, but I've got a rough idea where it is, and it's hefty dollars, mate.
So let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
All right, so looking at the pre-interview from Creef.
Oh, yes.
From Creef, yeah. So the reason why I asked you to come here is because you had a
Heart transplant.
heart transplant, which
Yeah.
I still think, even though these have been done quite a few times, you know, over the history,
Yeah.
I still think it's a fucking miracle that these things get done.
No, it boggles my fucking mind at times as well. Like,
Yeah.
you sit back and kind of reflect at times. Sunday in particular. Sunday was 6 years.
Really?
Yeah, man, 6 years on Sunday past there, like since my transplant.
So, was this something that you were born with, or like a condition?
Born with a congenital heart disease.
And what does that mean?
So it's like a heart defect you're born with. So I had a thing called transposition of the greater vessels.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the pumping chambers and shit aren't like wired up properly. Basically, your plumbing and your heart's not right.
All right.
So
And it's just something that people are born with. It's not.
yeah, I think it's like 1 in 20,000 people get it or something like that. So yeah, I was one of the lucky ones that got it.
So how did you know that you had this?
They found it, I think, before I was born.
Oh.
It was like when it was picked up fairly early, because it was born in PRI,
Yeah.
but transferred to Edinburgh Sick Kids at a day old.
Okay.
So they knew they had to do stuff like straight away.
So what happened from they knew that from the time that you were born that you had this? What happened from the time up until 6 years ago when you had the surgery? What was going on in those? In that
They
time?
kind of filled in the gaps. They had kind of done minor surgery. I had keyhole surgery at day old
Okay.
to widen the artery in my heart to help with blood flow, because I
Wow.
was born as what they called a blue baby. There's not enough oxygenated blood going around my body.
Yeah.
And then I had to wait, obviously, until I was a little bit bigger, a bit stronger. So they did more surgery in 9.5. Yeah, 9 months, 9.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
And that was open heart surgery. And then I had more open heart, like the major operation, the major surgery at 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
It was more open heart surgery then. And that's when they kind of did, I suppose, the rewiring, the replumbing
Yeah.
of it to make sure.
Plunger in there, couldn't it? Out?
Yeah, basically. So you've got like a strong side and a weak side to your heart.
Okay.
Mines were doing the opposite jobs. So it was always, over a period of time, going to have excess strain
Yeah.
on the weaker side that was having to work harder. So they had to wire it up for that system to run properly, basically.
Okay. So what were your? Have you talked to your parents about this, like at that time? Because you wouldn't have remembered that far back.
Yeah.
Like what were they going through during that whole time? Because that must have been crazy for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they just kind of dealt with it, like,
Yeah.
I think because they'd been sort of told before I was born that this was going to be coming, that it was just,
They were prepared.
yeah,
mentally
kind
for
of
it.
dig in and get on with it, basically, and just hope I kind of rode out the other side of it,
So when you were having surgery at such a young age, did that affect you? So let's say from those early years up until you were like mid-teenage years, like 15, did that affect your lifestyle in any way?
It didn't. Like primary school was a bit different because, like primary school kids, like little kids in town are just full of germs. It's like always snotty and stuff like that. So coughs and colds would really kind of take it out of me a bit more, so it could completely wipe me out.
For how long? Like how long would you be
Like,
sick?
you
for,
know,
do
like
think?
maybe a cough or a cold, I'd be off for like 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Sometimes if it
Sounds
was
like Jordan, doesn't it?
I didn't want to mention that, but like a chest infection could like hospitalise me. You know what I mean? It was that kind of serious. And then, like they used to put me on these 24-hour monitors. And I mean, now they're tiny. They're like the size of a mobile phone now. But you can imagine back in the day.
Yeah.
Like
I like how you avoided
I'm
you avoided the year there.
yeah.
Well, that was something. Sorry, I was just thinking about there. Do you mind if I ask how old you are?
Me, I'm 34 now, mate.
So you and I are pretty much the same age.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
we're all the same age. Yeah.
So it's like, the technology and the surgical procedures and medical
Yeah.
equipment available in 1984, 1985 is obviously greatly different to what they've got available today. So
No, definitely. I mean, the procedure I had when I was 3.5 is just not done anymore. It superseded another procedure,
Yeah.
but then it's now deemed like it's not the procedure to be done. They've now come up with another one. I think they basically correct it at birth, and that's kind of you. You know what I mean? So you don't need to kind of go down the same road as I've gone down.
Yeah.
So there's more options, like you said, it comes forward. But yeah, these 24-hour monitors I used to have when I was a kid. I mean, I'm vertically challenged as it is. So you can imagine how short I was when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
It was like a VCR in a rucksack. It was fucking huge, man.
Was it heavy too? I bet?
Oh man, it was heavy duty. Like I was getting my gains at a young age.
Is that why you got those broad shoulders there?
Just carrying the weights when I was younger. So, but I went from like 3.5 till I was like 18 with pretty much like a normalish life.
Yeah.
I was, just kind of got on with things, man.
So like people start drinking around 16, 17 years old. You just go
Yeah,
along
just kind of went
normally,
along with it
didn't-
normally. I was a bit fearful, because I just didn't really know how my body would react to it. But
Did you have to go for like normal checkups though?
Yeah, they got further apart. So it was like once a year. Then it was like once every 2 years I went, and my health was kind of ticking along fairly nicely. And I got to like 17, coming up to my 18th birthday, and I fell ill again. Well, it was a real kick in the stones, because by that age, especially in your teens, like when you're coming up for 18-year-old, you think you're fucking bulletproof, basically.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like whack, back in the hospital, and I'm like, what the hell? Because it's not like I'd forgot about my condition, and I'd sort of taken less medication. I'd been off medication for years, and I was like, psh, sound. It's like you subconsciously think, fuck, I've got this in the bag, like I've beaten it, and it comes round and monumentally bits me in the ass, like.
So how did you feel at that point when you ended up in the hospital? Like, what were your symptoms that you had?
Just like real sort of fatigue. A lot of nausea and stuff like that. Couldn't keep meals down. Just wanted to sleep all the time. I was trying to attend college. I was just missing so many lessons, falling further and further behind my work just because I was just knackered, man. I just couldn't even get out of my bed in the morning. Basically what had happened was, like I said, because of the weaker side, I'd been doing all the hard work over the years. The opposite side would start to swell. So my heart was making, like, if you listen to my heart, it would give me like, and it was leaking, basically. Arteries were leaking. So they decided to do a thing called pulmonary artery banding, to make the pulmonary artery going out the strong side. It should be working harder. Make it smaller, so it has to work harder to relieve the pressure. So they kind of did that, and it was all right. It's kind of carried on like normal, eh?
So this was at 18?
18, yeah.
Okay.
18 and a half, eh? So, and again, I just went back to a sort of normal life, eh? Working and,
What were you working as at that time?
Well, I was at college. So I finished out college, yeah. And it was like from a young age as well, it was told, you're going to need to do an office job. What I do now, but that's my choice.
Yeah.
And it was like, you can't do this, you can't do anything energetic. And I was like, I'm going to be a chef.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was on my feet like for hours a day, you know what I mean? And I was something I enjoyed doing for a long, long time. And life coasted along quite the thing. And again, it just went into the background without any real concern.
What kind of chef were you?
What
kind of chef?
Damn good one.
Like a short order chef, or like were you whipping together like
a what order chef?
Short order chef, the ones that work in am I making that up?
Is he speaking English?
Short
You're
order.
speaking that American
Hey,
again,
for fuck's
man.
I don't know. I thought a short order chef would be like someone who would work like in Witherspoon's or like a restaurant like that. Not a chef that would work in like a 5-star restaurant.
Oh no! I mean,
like
I worked in a kind of varying range, and obviously I went from the bottom rank up to being a head chef. But I worked in restaurants. I worked more in fine dining. I worked in larger catering. I worked in private schools. I worked in kids' activity centres. So I did kind of like the full spectrum, just to kind of see what I enjoyed more than anything.
That's why you had that big smile on your face when I started talking about my spice rack, eh?
That's what it is, mate. That's what it is.
Get
Got
your
the
spice
cock
rack.
sticking, mate. Get your spice racket.
We have a title.
Perfect.
Got my cock sticking, mate. That's what it was, eh? Got the brain going again.
So now you're at 18 years old, cruising along.
Yeah.
You had that surgery after that, feeling good up until when?
28. Yeah, 28? No.
Any significant events from 18 to 28, or you went that whole 10
No,
years?
just
where you're
went for a long
living life?
period of time, yeah, just living life. I was, God, how old? No, I would have been about 26, 27 actually when it started going south. Again, it was just out of nowhere, like a bolt from the blue.
Same thing, like nausea and...
No, this was different this time. Like, this was the start of the heart failure, basically.
Okay.
So, yeah, I would have been like 20... Yeah, I would have been 27. I got up one morning to go to work. I got in the shower, just like decked it.
Really?
Yeah, just absolutely floored it.
So were you still living at home at this time?
No, I'd moved in. I was with my girlfriend, now wife.
Okay.
We sort of got a flat together. I'd given up chef and I was now selling cars for a living. And just out of nowhere.
Was she home?
Yeah, she was home. I was getting ready for work in the morning, and I
She heard
jumped.
the thud and ran in there?
Yeah, so she came in. She was,
shit,
what the
that's
hell?
scary.
And my heart rate was just going through the roof.
Yeah.
So she had to phone an ambulance. I'm just sitting there like in my bath, and like I had to try and dry myself off while sitting in the bath.
I was going to say,
A pair of
get
boxers
some
on.
underwear for me,
Get some
please.
Little pet cat sitting at the end of the bath just looking at me like, what are you doing? And yeah, I had to phone paramedics, but the time they arrived, they were trying to They didn't actually have me hooked up to the machines. They were trying to like count my heart rate and see what was going on.
Yeah.
They said they clocked it at about between 200 and 250 beats a minute at the time they got me in the ambulance.
Jesus Christ,
So
man.
why does it go up though?
Because I was in heart failure, this kind of heart failure I was in, the electrics in my heart had started to go. So obviously your electrics control your rhythm, so your fast rate, your slow rate. So it was just going haywire basically. So it was a thing. I was having a thing called subventricular tachycardia, and that's basically when the electrics go out of control. So your average resting heartbeat for an adult is 70 to 90 beats a minute. So mine was doing between 200 and 250 beats a minute, and it feels like somebody's sitting on your chest. Like, it's no fun.
Oh my god!
I mean, that's going like at a speed about.
Aye.
That's probably about 200 odd beats a minute. I mean, that's like
wild.
Like that, man. That's crazy.
So where were you staying when this happened?
Over in Newport.
In Newport, okay.
Yeah.
So we hopefully get some trousers on you. We get you to the hospital, and what's happening now? What are the doctors saying to you when you get to the hospital?
Well, so they've got to try and get the rhythm back to our normal.
Yeah.
Our normal sort of point.
Wait, sorry, just for people that don't know, what would be the normal? You said 250. What would be a normal heartbeat?
So 70 to 90 resting is normal for an adult.
Okay.
So they need to get it back into a normal rhythm.
Okay.
So they try you with medication. It's basically to shock the heart, almost stops it for a split second to try and restart it. But they'll try that twice, and if that doesn't work, then they get the paddles out and cardiovert you. So and never ever did the medication work, and it is nasty gear. Like, they give
the paddles do the same thing as the medication though, but just a little bit more violently, of course.
Yeah, you're getting shocked basically back into rhythm.
And you had that done?
I had it done 8 times in a year because this kept happening basically. So because my heart was failing, so it was just.
And are you there? Like, are you present while that's happening though? Like,
I could. Well, no, they give you something to make you feel drowsy, but I could tell you some fucked up stories about that as well.
Let's go right now.
Right, they gave me ketamine one time.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Woo! And how do you take ketamine? I know how some people do, but how did you take it?
I don't know how you do it recreationally, but they gave me it through like an IV.
Okay.
In my arm.
Yeah.
They're like, we're just going to give you this just to relax you. So as
Andy
you can imagine,
took
right,
an
you're
IV in
getting.
his arm too.
That's the best stuff as well, man. Honestly.
As you can imagine, you're getting shocked, so you need to be relaxed because you don't really want to see that shit coming, and you don't want your body to tense because that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
So they decided this one time to give me ketamine. They've never given me it again because I was off my nuts, mate. Genuinely. I thought I was in the fucking Matrix.
Really?
Yeah, genuinely thought I was in the Matrix. Right? So I'm lying in the hospital bed, and the side, obviously they put the bars up to make sure you didn't roll out or anything like that.
Yeah.
And these bars felt like about 30 foot high.
That's K-hole, man.
Right. So, and everybody that's chatting around you, because there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of doctors and stuff around my bed. As you can imagine, there's a lot of panic, right? And I'm just lying there mashed. And then the roof tiles started opening up. Right, and it's like that bit in the Matrix. You know when he wakes up in the pod, and there's just all the layers of pod. That's how I could see through these gaps in the roof tiles. And I was like, I'm in the fucking Matrix, right? Genuinely. And
put your glasses on, your trench coat.
And I was just lying there, and I was like, nah, this can't be right. And then everything went to like, you know that bit where it goes, oh, that binary code, and he starts seeing things coming out.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was black and orange, right?
Oh.
That's one for you, Andy.
Yeah, there you go.
And I was like, what the fuck? But to me, this is like all real. So I was like, right, what the hell? And I could see people coming out this sort of binary code. Like
doctors or like...
Yeah, like doctors and that. Like,
okay.
you know, like in the movie. But I was looking at my hand and I was like, oh. But because I was so wasted, I was biting it, but I couldn't feel it.
Your hand?
Yeah, I was biting my hand.
Okay.
So I was like, like chewing on my hand. But because I was so like away with it, I couldn't feel it. So I'm like, this isn't real. Like, I'm definitely in the Matrix. This is like, I'm in the Matrix. So my wife was there. And I'm like, are you real? She's like, yes, I'm real. Why? Stop touching my face. I'm like, you know, like clawing at her face. And she's like, right,
she's getting annoyed.
And I was like, so she was like, you're all right. So I got hold of her hand. So then I think it's a good idea to try and bite her hand to see if it's real.
Oh.
Yeah, I got it in my mouth. It was just a way to sink my teeth into her hand. She realised what I was doing. She's like, no. So
like a puppy. No.
Yeah, they were just like, and then I saw, so I'm lying there, I was like still off my nut. It started, everything kind of came clear again. I was like, oh, I can see normal things.
Yeah.
And the next minute, John and Edward are floating above my head. You know Jedward? they were floating above my
The
bed.
Irish boys.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Were floating above the bed, waving at me.
Hopefully not singing. Yeah,
And I was like, what the fuck? Honestly, it's one of the weirdest trips, honestly, I've ever been on. They give you some pretty strong painkillers in the hospital, but yeah, that's probably the worst one.
And this is before they paddle you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm just lying wasted. This is all happening, waiting for this to happen. But I was happy as Larry, because there's me just lying there thinking it was the Matrix. But after they did it, I came round.
Mm-hmm.
That's when my hand started to hurt, because I realised that I'd actually just bitten half my hand. The hand was covered in teeth marks. So
Didn't they handcuff you or something? Or strap you down? Or?
I don't know if I could do that, mate.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
So yeah.
It's no mental asylum he went to, Mike.
But the guy's chewing. If you're chewing your hand, you may want to keep the guy from chewing his hand.
So yeah, that was just one of the times. But yeah, I mean, there's been many other occasions like that where I've been on strong painkilling medication.
I was going to say,
hallucinated.
I mean, sorry, that must be really, really terrifying for your wife and your family, because
Yes.
I understand, you know, that they're doing it to try and restart your heart, almost to kick it into the right rhythm again.
Yeah.
But for anybody looking in on the outside, that immediately says to somebody, "Oh my God, he's dying right there."
Yeah.
You know, his
Yeah.
heart stopped, kind of thing, because that's what you associate
Yeah.
the paddles with.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, yeah. So I mean, they were good in the fact that like, I got a really good consultant up at Nine Wells. She was absolutely brilliant. Like, she went through the sort of whole thing with us, and she was always good at sort of explaining what was going on. Wife's parents as well are both from a medical background, so they were good in that sense. But I'm lucky in the fact that when my wife, without getting too mushy, like is like so level-headed and so calm in these situations. So she just took it all in her stride. It was like just testament how strong she was during the whole thing. But yeah, no, there were some funny moments. Like I embarrassed her one time as well, because
After the hand biting, yeah.
I get another occasion that they'd given me painkillers. I was lying down and there was 8 or 9 student doctors. So they were like, "Oh, is it all right if they come in?" I'm like, yeah, totally fine. Because at this point, they hadn't given me anything to relax me.
Yeah.
But I suppose I was just lying flat out like I was sleeping, and I suddenly sat up, bolt upright, and was like, "Who the fuck are you guys?" And they were like, "Wife's like, just sit down." And I was like, "You guys here for the party?" She's like, "There's no party, Ali." And I was like, "Well, I can fuck off then." I lay back down. Don't remember anything. Fell asleep for another 3.5 hours. So yeah.
As soon as I finish chewing my hand, I'm going to fuck you guys up.
Okay, so on multiple occasions, I basically just embarrassed her by being an absolute tit while out of my face on painkillers, waiting for to be cardioverted. But yeah, 8 times in 1 year, mate, it happened, because it just kept going into these SVTs basically, but it was shooting up through the roof. And
But it wasn't always ketamine that they gave you.
no, thankfully they gave me that once, and that was it, because they realised it was not a good combination for me at all to be on that, especially when I was thinking I was in the Matrix.
So was that 8 times, 8 separate incidents, like
Yeah.
in a 12-month period? So
In a
you would be
12-month period.
out, or maybe at home doing something. It was like,
Yeah, just randomly it would come
And
on.
fall
like,
out, like, or...
Yeah, it'd just be like it would just come on out of nowhere, eh? So it was quite weird. But I mean, they decided within that year. So that was the first incident was October. Let me get these dates right here. October 2011. The first incidence of that.
Mm-hmm.
So then they were like, right, okay, we're probably going to need to do a transplant. But we're talking 5 years away. I was like, sound. So then obviously it kept happening, and like, right, we need to do something about this. We're going to put a pacemaker in because it's the least intrusive surgery that we can do.
So how does that work, a pacemaker?
Pacemaker, so it's just a small device that they put under your skin.
Mm-hmm.
They feed a cable down into your heart, and it sends off a pulse, and it helps control the rhythm. So it won't let it go above a certain speed.
Okay.
And it'll shock it. So it's there as a safety device, basically, as a
a
backup.
support mechanism.
Yeah,
isn't it?
basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
So does that, the speed that it keeps it, that won't let it go above, does that account for you being excited or scared or?
Well, this was a weird thing. It was almost like a built-in alarm clock, because they set a time at which it went up and which time it went down. So it would pick up in the morning as you were beginning to start your day.
Oh.
And then it would slow down a bit more at night, so you were kind of getting more relaxed, so you could go to sleep. So it picked up to like 70 beats a minute at 7 o'clock in the morning. It was like an internal alarm clock, because I'm sleeping, it's maybe ticking along at like 50, and then boom, it instantly goes up 20 beats a minute, and you're like, oh, morning, 7 o'clock. It was the weirdest thing, like, as well.
What if you were like out late or something and it was at a period where it was set for low? Could you couldn't adjust it yourself? I
No,
assume,
you'd
but-
maybe just be, but at that point I was kind of feeling more fatigued anyway. So
So you weren't up till 4 a.m. partying and then you.
No,
okay.
it's slowing down a bit.
Yeah.
The pacemaker checks as well. That is a weird thing because they put like it's like a magnet on top of it, and it can control it.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got to check the pace and make sure it can go really slow, really fast. And it's like somebody's turning the volume control in your heart.
It's a calibration.
Yeah,
system, isn't it?
calibration test
Yeah.
basically. So
It must
you're
feel
going,
so strange.
So this guy's turning his dial in front of you like a volume control on a stereo, and it's going down to like 30 beats a minute. You're like, whoa, and then it picks up again, puts it up to like 90. 100. You're like, oh, wait a minute, and it is freaky shit like that, getting that done to you.
That's insane.
But they put that in, like you said, as a safety device. But yeah, I had to go for a sort of calibration test basically I think it was like every couple of weeks. But
Every couple of weeks.
yeah, it was a couple of weeks. They were kind of, because of the situation I was in, they were keeping a closer eye on it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. 'Cause I would have thought you'd probably be in like, I think it's about once a year or something like that. It's like,
Yeah, in a normal situation, but because of the situation I was in,
Yeah.
it was sort of heightened. I
no,
suppose.
obviously.
So now the pacemaker's in.
Yeah.
Calibrating that actually made my heart jump. You telling that story,
No,
it
it's
made me
freaky,
go
mate.
like, whoa.
Yeah, no, it's freaky.
So they're doing that. Pacemaker's in. Where happens after that? What
So this is like 2012 right now.
happens? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do my maths to keep my dates here. 2012. I've proposed.
Okay.
Planning a wedding.
I was just thinking that like your
Trying to
wife,
get Mike to be your best man.
we're gonna end up in fucking Rockaboo or something. Oh, Rockaboo's closed anyway. That makes it even worse.
Class night out, that'd be.
But no, your wife's like super strong. I mean, that may put some people off. You know what I mean? To be
Yeah,
like,
man,
hey, this
yeah.
is a condition that I have, and like someone may be like, look, I want to be with someone who I know is 100% going to be with me. Not saying that won't happen, but for someone to say that's a special person to be like, you know what, I don't care. You know, this is the person that I love. I'm going to stay with them for the rest of
Yeah,
our
I know.
lives.
I mean, she could have quite easily walked away at that point, but she didn't.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, fair play to her. Like,
Is that what you said at the altar? Fair play to you.
fair play to you, hen.
Okay, sorry. Pacemaker.
So we planned the wedding. We got married at the end of 2012, but during that period, it kept happening basically, and it was almost like a chain of events. It would be like into 9 Wells. 9 Wells would do as much as they could, and then I'd had to get forwarded on to hospital in Glasgow, Clydebank Golden Jubilee.
I'm sorry, just to go back to the whole wedding planning thing. When you were preparing to propose, did that kind of go through your mind? Think like, you know what? I don't know if I want to go through something like this just because of my condition, or no?
Because it was still early days. I proposed on Boxing Day.
Okay.
So the pacemaker wasn't in. I'd only had one incident, so it was still kind of early days. But like, you know, it's what we want. We want to get married, so like, let's go for this. But yeah, things became a bit more apparent as the year progressed. That sort of in and out of hospital, but we still, ploughed on and got them, got married because it's what we wanted. We wanted to get married. We wanted to be as a married couple because we wanted to. Yeah, I suppose be together, and sort of, I suppose it was a sign of, I don't know, solidarity.
It would be.
Yeah.
That would bring you closer. Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. And it was something we'd always spoke about. We always wanted to get married, so we just progressed with, I suppose, with life as normal, as normal as you could do. But it was going into the next part of life and the potential what was around the corner as a married couple. So yeah, no, we sort of like I said, carried on. But I was back in the hospital about 7 or 8 times that year and had to get cardioverted because unfortunately the pacemaker wasn't working. But yeah, each time it was 9 Wells did as much as they did, and then they would sort of pass me on to the Jubilee. But the whole time it was building up like a case study and a file to. So 9 Wells did their amount and said, right, we're going to put you forward to the Jubilee. The Jubilee do transplants, but they do transplants for normal people, not congenital patients. There's only 2 hospitals in the UK that do transplants for congenital patients.
Why the difference though? Why is that an issue?
It's slightly more because they've had previous surgeries, and I suppose the wiring's slightly different.
Yeah.
They might have pacemakers, and there's so many different it's a slightly more complex surgery they need to do.
Okay.
So there's Great Ormond Street and there's Newcastle, and the Freeman Hospital. That's why I ended up going. But yeah, each time, so 9 Wells onto the Jubilee would do their stuff, and then the whole time they were pushing us forward to the Freeman Hospital, saying we've got somebody that we're pretty sure is going to need a transplant. So
So I'm sorry, when they first tell you that you need a transplant, is that, I know that you've been living with this your whole life. Is that something does that scare you at that time? Or are you kind of thinking like, you know what, I've gotten this far?
Yeah, I mean, I've been told from a young age that it was always going to be an option. Like, you know, when it was like, my mum and dad are like, you know, you've got problems with your heart, you know, but and it's a little bit different. You might need to go to the hospital, but it's nothing to worry about. But, you know, one day you might need to get a different heart. And I'm like, all right, okay, whatever, Mum. You know, you don't really, I suppose you don't really quite acknowledge the level of, I suppose, severity of the situation when you're a child. Just like, oh yeah, I'm going to need to get a new heart. Oh, well, that's kind of cool. You know, you don't really think about, the severity of the situation and what it's going to actually entail. Because, you're young, you're naive, you know, you're just a kid. But I suppose subconsciously, it was preparing me the whole time. But we got married in November. I got told 3 weeks after the wedding, so the middle of December, that I'd ran out of options and I had no other choice but to be put forward for a transplant. This wasn't 5 years away. This was coming sooner than expected. So
how long was that then?
So found out 3 weeks after the wedding. So mid-December we found out that I'd ran out of options. So they were going to put me forward for transplant assessment down Freeman, because getting a transplant, you've kind of got to be like at a fine point. It's got to be like you've got to be ill enough to need it, but well enough to receive it. Because if you're too ill, you ain't coming out of that operation. You ain't going to make it off the table. And without sounding harsh, well, it's harsh, but it's true. It's a waste of an organ. It's a waste of an opportunity for somebody else that might have been slightly well to receive it and survived the operation. So it's a real fine balance, and they've got to see where you're at. With, I suppose, with the sort of how far along in failure you are and how much time you've got left, basically. So I went down to the Freeman Hospital in Newcastle, 17th of January. I went down there for, was it 17th? No, it was 17th. I arrived down for tests, and it was like, they're basically just getting poked and prodded for days upon end, blood tests, breathing tests.
Did they get back to you after 10 days and say that was wrong?
No, they were quite prompt, mate. They were quite prompt.
I would hope so. Oh, wait, Ali, no, did we not talk to him? No.
Oh, man, let's pretend we lost these blood tests and we'll need to get him back in.
Sorry.
It was, go on this machine, cycle, breathe, wearing a mask, and we're going to do bloods. And they had to just check the parameters, what my lung function was at. You've got to check sort of lung pressures to see if you're going to need a heart and lungs at the same time, or if your lungs will match with a new heart.
Why? So, okay.
So all the time they're actually studying what, in terms of your power output on a bike, in terms of how your heart rate functions, how your breathing functions.
Correct.
And then we'll break that down, look at the data and analyse, right, okay, he needs a new heart, but actually, in this case, he's probably going to need 2 new lungs as well.
That was out.
That was your case.
Yeah,
but
that
can
that's
be.
Are they going to hold up to this new heart? Are they going to need replaced as well?
Is that quite common?
It can be done. Yeah, I've met folk that need both.
I'm assuming here, but I'm just trying to put 2 and 2 together. But I'm assuming then, obviously, if you've lived 20 years with, say, heart problems, and you've got quite a weak heart, then because of that, you can't do the strenuous activities. Therefore, you don't necessarily put yourself in the situations where your lungs need to work that hard at any point.
I suppose.
That makes
which
sense.
then means when you've got the new heart, suddenly, as you say, you go into more strenuous activity. Maybe the heart can handle it, but maybe the lungs aren't able to cope with. I don't know. I'm trying to put 2 and 2.
That makes sense.
I know what you mean.
I'm not a doctor, but I'm trying to get my head around it all.
I mean, I worked full time pretty much. Well, obviously, I was in and out of hospital, but during 2012, I was working kind of pretty much full time up until like the mid-December, basically, when I got told I wasn't going to be able to, I was going to need to transplant for definite. I worked up till mid-December, pretty much full time hours. But after that, my world became very small, very rapidly, because it was a really quick decline after that. I went from, like I said, working full time to struggling to get around my house. Really sort of struggling to get around my house. My wife had to make. She'd make like a sandwich up for my lunch, and she'd put it in the fridge. But it would take me quite a bit just to get from my bed upstairs to downstairs.
And this is in the run up to the transplant.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, like I said, went for the assessment. Okay, you're ill, but you're not ill enough yet. So there's two lists basically. There's active and urgent. So active, you've got about a year to 18 months to live.
Yeah.
And urgent, you've got 6 months to a year to live. So there's kind of like that in between point. So
And is your wife still working at the? She's
Yeah,
has
yeah,
to
yeah.
work. Yeah, I
Yeah,
assume,
yeah. So it's active, right? Okay, we're going to send you back to Glasgow, back to the Jubilee. We're going to take your pacemaker out, and we're going to put a defib in. Okay, because we're worried that your heart's going too slow during your sleep. It's dropping to like 25, 30 beats a minute.
So what does the defib do? Defib,
So basically, it will react if it goes too slow. Because what they were concerned about, it was going to go too slow and stop while I was sleeping.
okay.
So this would react to it and shock me in my sleep.
Yeah.
Will shock my heart back into a rhythm. So arrived back in Glasgow, Clydebank, on the Wednesday. I was like, but like, because I'd just come up from Newcastle. I was like, I'm going to grab a shower, get myself sorted out, just freshened up. You know, it's like when you've been travelling, you want to kind of freshen up.
You get a little musty in the travel.
Yeah, exactly. So I had the shower, got the shower, and I just remember the wall coming towards my face really too quickly. So yeah, I'd kind of almost
over.
blacked out, but I'd sort of hit the panic button. Nurses, doctors all came running in.
It was the ketamine. You took more ketamine. Didn't you?
No, there's no more ketamine at this point, mate. Definitely not. And I'd gone. Your body, once your body isn't able to function without the support of drugs, you become urgent. So I needed these drugs called inotropes. So I went from active to urgent on the Friday night, and I got a phone call on the Saturday. What is very, very, very unheard of. I was on the waiting list for 22 hours. What is just...
I was going to ask you about that. Obviously you're waiting. That you've obviously just addressed that there. I mean, that must be a combination of a number of circumstances all coming together just at the right time.
Somebody once described it as basically as the stars aligning, and it is literally.
Absolutely.
Because it goes off your height, your weight, your tissue sampling, your blood group. Because of my height as well, I was lucky enough in the fact that I could get a male or a female heart. Whereas somebody that's maybe 6'3", 18, 19 stone is going to need basically a bigger engine, and it's going to have to come out of somebody of that size.
One of the first times it's not really cool to be tall and big.
Exactly. So it was almost like a bonus.
Yeah.
Of being in this size, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's completely unheard of for it to happen that quickly. Like
22 hours.
22 hours, mate. It was a record for the Golden Jubilee. They'd never had a patient get a call that quickly to be transferred down to the Freeman Hospital.
So let's talk about that. Was that night when you got that call?
So I was on Saturday, Saturday evening and Saturday early evening.
Yeah.
Because I've been going to the hospital quite a lot. Obviously, you got to know some of the staff there. So I was one of the staff I hadn't seen for a while. How did you go on in Newcastle? We're just having a chat. And someone just threw, that's a Freeman on phone for you. And I was like, fuck are they phoning for? I was like, yeah, no, because I was like, what do they want? I mean, they've done all their tests. Surely they've not lost my blood samples or something. So they're like, yeah, they found you a heart. And I was like, yeah, fucking sure they have. And they're like, no, I'm being serious. And I was like, yeah, whatever. And they're like, no, like, listen, it isn't a joke. I'm going to go and, make arrangements. I'm going to go and get an ambulance. And you need to go and phone your wife. And I was like, all right, cool. Still not quite registering. Yeah, utter disbelief. So I phoned her and I was like, I'm going to Newcastle. I think they found the heart. And she's like, what? The nurse actually took the phone off me because I was just talking nonsense. I was just gibbering.
Oh, man.
But she just sat down for a meal with her friend and was like, shit, I need to go.
It was a mixture of like excitement, scare probably a little bit too. And
Yeah. I think because it happened so quickly, neither of us had time to, I suppose, fully process what was going on. So it was kind of like, what the hell? So the whole time down in this ambulance, I'm just like sitting there chatting to the staff. One of the doctors came with me from the Jubilee, and I remember as well the sunroof on the ambulance was broken. They had to tie it shut with a bandage. Because we're going down the A1 and it's like just flapping about. And they're like, yeah, just try and get some rest. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Because thinking, this is a false alarm. Like, surely it's a false alarm. But I'm like, cool, it's a night out, you know what I mean? Change the scenery. But it turns out it wasn't a night out. You know, it wasn't just a change of scenery. It went ahead. And I had it there.
So wait, when you get to the hospital, you get in there, they get you in the room and everything.
Yeah.
So what are the doctors saying to you? How are they prepping you for surgery?
So I said, well, okay, we're going to need to give you this medication. We're going to need to get you prepped for surgery. I might still not go ahead because they need to check the organ. It's like they know that person's dying, but they're kind of keeping him alive. It's just quite fucking grim. But it's a grim fucking subject. Like, when you kind of get into the nitty gritty of it, it is quite a grim thing to talk about. But basically, their brain's still dead. Basically, so they're gone, but they keep the body alive.
The body's keeping the organ.
Yeah, they're keeping the body alive to keep the organs safe.
Yeah.
But they don't know until they've got those organs out if the surgeon's going to be happy enough to transplant it, because if it looks diseased or it looks damaged in any way, they're not going to do it because it's too risky. They're kind of getting one shot of this, you know what I mean? So they've got to check that heart's fit, but at the same time get you ready and get you prepped. So I'm going to theatre, I'm getting opened up, and they're getting ready to do the swap, but they obviously don't know until they've sort of checked this heart. They're like, right, okay, no, it's looking good, it's a go. So they've got to get down to theatre, and then, like I said, they've got to get the heart from wherever it's coming from to me, and kind of go through the whole procedure. But yeah, it's quite weird because it was just obviously my wife, my mum, and my dad. So you're saying your goodbyes, like, hey.
Yeah, you probably would think that, but you probably don't want to think that.
Yeah, no, I mean, like somebody asked me one time, it's like, so did you accept the fact that you're going to die? You could have died, and I was like, you don't accept it, because if you accept it, you're accepting defeat.
Yeah.
Basically, I've always said that if you're beating your head, then you're not going to get back up. You've got to stay like strong in your head that you're gonna come through it no matter what. And there's always got to apologize. I suppose you've got to acknowledge it as a possibility, but you don't accept it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this could be it. But, cheers, Mum. Thanks, Dad. You know what I mean? See you later. You don't really know. I can't even remember what I said. You know what I mean? But but yeah, no, I was still pretty like calm, even going down to theatre, and getting on the bed, and it's quite eerie actually thinking about it now. You're like just lying on this cold, hard table, those lights above you, hearing the clinking, all the not utensils, but you know what I mean. Equipment,
tools,
tools,
utensils,
utensils. Getting ready, and they're doing all doing all the checks and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I don't really remember anything after that for about 2.5 weeks because I was sleeping. Yeah, just kind of got to keep you sedated. I wasn't too good at coming off the ventilator. They tried a couple of times, but I just wasn't agreeing with it at all. So they kept me under a bit longer, let my body recover a bit more, and then brought me round. But yeah, it was quite a weird sensation when I came round.
How so?
Just because, it sounds mental, but I actually instantly felt better. Like, I felt, the only way I could describe it, like I had a massive ball of energy inside me. Yeah. Like just this huge ball of energy. And I was like, wow. Real weak, just a bit confused, but feeling like I had this huge ball of energy inside me. My hands and my feet felt warm. What was a new thing for me, because you imagine, they're the outmost points, so they're going to be, your heart's not working. My feet were always like ice, man, but all of a sudden I was like, my feet are hot. Like, what is going on? Honestly, and I had colour in my cheeks, because for a long period of time, I was like a weird kind of grey colour, grey, white colour. So I had colour in my cheeks, I had warm hands and warm feet, and I was like,
it's the little things when you get a new heart.
I was what the hell? But I mean, it still took a long time to kind of build enough. Obviously get off the ventilator, start eating food again, because for a while I was just being fed through a tube in my nose. It's really quite frustrating. When you're seeing the meal cart go.
You
past,
like your food too,
man.
You like good food too.
I did. Do you know what the first solid sort of food that they gave me was a strawberry ice bowl. I cannot even explain how fucking amazing that thing tasted. It was just like an absolute clusterfuck of flavours. Like, I was like, oh my god! And it's like, it's just an ice bowl, and I'm like, you don't realise it's just because it was flavour. It was a different temperature. It was just weird. It was like experiencing it all over again.
Kids are walking by like, "Mommy, what's he doing to that ice pole?
Oh man. So yeah, no, it was kind of. But again, it was just building back up, and but it was literally like baby steps. It was like learning to walk again because my legs had gone to shit. But for the first time in my life, my legs gave up before my heart, and I was like, okay, this makes sense now.
Yeah.
And then they gave me they did an echo scan. I think that was the first point in which I realised what had actually happened. They gave me an echo scan on my heart, and my heart had always had like a weird rhythm. It wasn't just ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. It was always meh, 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 meh. It was just all over the place. And it was suddenly like ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. I was like, holy shit. And it was suddenly, it just registered what had happened. Then it absolutely broke down. Like,
you would. I feel like I'm welling up a little bit. Listen to you talk.
I'm not ashamed to say it. I just burst into tears. Just the absolute realisation of what had happened. I was just like, oh my God. And the nurse was like, are you okay? And I was like, no, this is like happy tears. It was just a moment of realisation of what the fuck had actually just happened. And I was like, I've got a normal heart. I've got like a normal heartbeat. So
what about you? You touched briefly on the person that they were keeping around so that you can get to the hospital. Do you have contact with their family? Did you have contact with their family?
No, I mean, the most you can know, I can find out their name, their age, and how they came to be. I've not done that. And it's harsh because, like, it sounds, if you get a gift, you should say thank you for it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know if I'm ready to know that information.
Okay.
Because you don't have a delete button in your head, and I'm not 100% committed to knowing that information.
What do you think that you would feel though? Why is it that you feel like?
I don't know. I don't know if I would end up feeling like I should mourn them.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I don't know if I can do that. Like, I really don't. It sounds fucking selfish. Like, it really does. But it's a weird thing to deal with because there's an element of guilt that you kind of that you live with. And I always folk, you shouldn't feel guilty. The person was going to die anyway. And I'm like, I know that, but the fact that somebody else died for me to continue with my life, there is an element of guilt to that.
Yeah.
Not a huge amount. Because it was going to happen anyway. So I've got something, I've benefited it. Plus, there's, somebody got the lungs, somebody probably got the liver, the kidney. There's been multiple people who've probably benefited from that one person. So, and they've made obviously a conscious decision to have that conversation with their family. They've made a conscious decision to be an organ donor. So it's what they wanted. But yeah, there is always that kind of element of like, just the magnitude, I suppose, of what's had to take place for you to still be upright and breathing, really.
I was very surprised because we were talking about this at work one day, and I think it was me that said I think everyone should be an organ donor, and then you, who is a recipient of an organ, you were like, well, make sure that you talk to people around you about that first.
No, definitely.
You weren't like, oh no, definitely do it. You were like, no, make sure you talk to everyone first and make sure that's what you want to do, and then move on. And I was just very surprised that somebody who was a recipient of that would be like, no, don't just rush to do that. That's something that you want to take your time.
I think you still got to think through it because. I mean, there's obviously the opt-out scheme and stuff as well. People you're instantly an organ donor and then you've got to opt out of it. But it can work both ways. In the same sense as if you're automatically into it and you don't want to be, are you going to opt out?
No.
And are you going to have that chat? I think having a chat with your loved ones is the most important part because ultimately they can still override it. They can say, nah, look, I'm not signing that.
Are you an organ donor, Andy Mac?
No, I'm going to give my body away to science when I die.
Oh, that's good. That's a good idea.
There you go.
Yeah. I think I would like to do that too. Give my brain away. So for football, I'd only played football, like contact football with adults for 5 or 6 years. But if that'll help them protect the next generation of football players, because I think I'm losing my mind, why not do that? You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
I forgot what I was gonna ask you. You said that you do some talking about this as well.
Yeah, man. Like I've done different bits and bobs. I've done a few newspaper articles. I've done talks to like students, medical students, to experienced doctors and nurses because they don't see the end product, I suppose. They know obviously the importance of it and they know it kind of takes place, but unless they're involved in a transplant centre, they never get to see that side of it. Yeah. So I've gone to talk, share my story, just to kind of emphasise the importance of, like I said, having a conversation and the importance of organ donation and the difference it can make to people's lives. I think if you've got a living, breathing example of organ donation in front of you, it's,
hits harder.
It hits harder. Not so much hits harder. I'm not trying to blackmail anybody. I'm just trying to show
Hey,
them.
you.
Yeah, hey, you. Get it done.
Give me those lungs.
Yeah, give me your lunch. I'm just showing it kind of works. You know what I mean? It's because everybody, like, I just remember growing up, like, my parents always had, like, organ donor cards, but you never quite registered what it was. And now, like, I think, like, a lot of people, like, a lot of my mates as well, instantly went and signed up after what had happened to me.
Yeah.
Because they're like, shit, this has happened to somebody I know. This isn't just something that happens to random folk. It happens to people you know. And it's more about just changing opinions and showing that it works. So yeah, I've done, like I said, multiple talks to different age groups and different sort of professionals. I've done a couple at work as well, just to kind of, just to raise awareness. It's my little way of giving back to something that's given me so much, really. Yeah.
And after dealing with all these educational establishments, medical professionals, everybody that you've delivered talks to, here you are sitting with us.
Hell yeah.
I know, what an
The
achievement.
worst of the worst.
No, mate.
The
No,
last
no,
rung
mate.
on the ladder, mate.
And he's reached a new low.
No, definitely not, mate. Like, I've been pumped with this for ages. Like, I really have. But any source of, like you said, spreading the kind of the word of getting it out there, then I'm up for it. Like, definitely. So I appreciate you guys inviting me along.
Oh, man,
this was
I just gotta
fantastic.
say, thank you very much. That was a really engaging, informative, and I hope, and I'm sure our listeners will then listen back to that and be like, holy fuck, man, that's like probably one of the deepest.
change.
One of the.
You know what would be good to do? Like, we'll put it up on the Facebook page. If anyone's listening to this and if you have like an organ donation story, not necessarily them, but maybe a family member or anything, just share it on the Facebook page or you send it as on an email, monkeyswordfightpodcast@gmail.com. We'll read it out on the next show. Because it's a super interesting topic. And thank you for coming on and talking about it.
No, thanks so much for having me, man. Just appreciate it.
And things today, all good?
Touch wood, mate. I've had a few ups and downs, a few rocky moments, but generally pretty good.
Generally on the good side of things.
Yeah, it was nice to hear you said hit that 6-year marker, feeling pretty fresh. Like,
Do you celebrate it? I'm sorry.
do you know what? It's a weird one. Like, we did the first year. We went out for something to eat. Had a glass of champagne, but it's a weird one because as much as you're celebrating, somebody else is probably laying flowers at a grave, and that's quite a hard thing to do. So yeah, it's a bit of an up and down day. I mean, I went to work this year. That was fun.
It always is.
It was good. But yeah, no, it is. Like, it's an achievement. It's got to be acknowledged, and but it's at the same time, it's I suppose a day to reflect and be respectful for
Fair enough.
the one that saved my life, basically.
I'm sorry, Andy. What were you going to say? I cut you off.
I can't remember now, mate. I think it was something along the lines of, is there a period, after it's been done where, say after the first 18 months is your most, vulnerable point or something where the organ may be rejected or, kind of once you get past that point are things generally more in the clear? Is there anything like that with a heart transplant?
I'm on immunosuppressant drugs. I have to take every 12 hours for the rest of my life.
Okay.
And it's to stop the body doing what's natural instinct is to reject it and destroy it. It's a foreign object. Shit, we need to get rid of this. So it's to stop the body doing that. Okay. So yeah, the first period, because you're on a huge dosage, like huge dosage of this medication, and it plays havoc with your body. Like it really does. Some of the side effects are quite nasty. Just to kind of start with, and just to get used to. But it kind of it levels out, and there is that period, the first probably 6 months you come out of hospital. They give you guidance. It's like almost like you get a little manual, basically, like a little transplant manual. It tells you the do's and don'ts of being a transplantee. It is like transplant recipient. Don't go here. Don't do this. Don't eat this. Don't eat that. It's quite mad.
I just picture one of those Simpsons videos. Hi, I'm Troy McClure, and this is what you don't want to do with your new heart.
Exactly. But yeah, like the first few months in particular, it's like don't use public transport. Don't go to like football matches. Don't go to shopping centres, like high populated areas where you could potentially pick a bug up, because that can be
bacteria risks and that kind of thing.
It can be fatal. But yeah, as you become more accustomed to the drugs and you build up that resilience, it's not bad.
So just my last question, just directly to you about it, would be then with that. I don't know how you would best phrase it. It's obviously you can't do anything, say like football match and that. So does it have like a big impact on your immune system to begin with?
Yeah.
And your sort of central nervous system, and then after a while, those things start to sort of replenish back to their kind of normal levels, sort of stability.
Yeah, they kind of.
I don't really know the medical jargon that you use. But
Your body, like you said, your body will never fully accept the organ, but becomes, become, I suppose, more friends. This guy's been hanging around for a while. Okay, he's not that bad, but you still need to keep it at bay. But you build up a bit more of your immune system comes back up. They reduce the medication that's suppressing that, so you have a stronger immune system, so you can deal with things a little bit more.
So you've got the resistance there to deal with the common bugs and viruses without it meaning that...
Still got to be careful, you know what I mean? Still got to be careful.
Yeah. How does that, and this will be my last question,
how
does that apply then in your current form of work? Because obviously then you work in an office, that place, there must be a good few thousand staff in that gaff.
Yeah.
So how does that then affect you on a day-to-day basis?
It's better than my previous job because I'm not outside, I'm not in the cold.
Right, okay.
It's kind of like I'm in an office with, we've got quite a reasonably small team where we are.
Yeah.
So I kind of know if somebody's ill, I'm going to stay further away from them. I'm going to make sure if I'm going at a point where they've been, I'm wiping down my desk after. It's just
Stay out of the
resilient.
kitchen,
Yes, stay out of the kitchen. It's just about I suppose it's just resilience and and just being clever. Friends and family, if they're coming to visit or I've got something arranged, I've got a chest infection. Right, stay the fuck away from me then, because that all joking aside, it could kill me.
No.
It could kill me. I've had pneumonia 4 times and sepsis since my transplant, and
pneumonia is incredibly dangerous.
Sepsis near us wiped me out. So, and it's just being resilient and being aware to the people that are around you. Yeah, so
the sepsis is another one that's actually what got my dad in the end. It was never the cancer or anything like that. It was sepsis of his liver. That's what got
his
him.
immune system would have been down. Yeah,
that's what got him in the end. It wasn't the
brutal,
lung cancer or anything like that. It was sepsis of his liver. So again, I'm not wanting to get too morbid or anything like that. But Ali, I just want to say thank you very much for coming on to talk about it, man. That was awesome. Super engaging, man. Like, I just got so much respect for everything that you've been through, man. I can't even begin to imagine how some of that is to deal with and cope with, not just on a physical level, but mentally and emotionally, and your family and all as well. Big up to you, man.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, I wanted to come along for a while. Big fan of the show, so I appreciate you guys having me along.
You ready for some Braw Or Naws of that then,
right?
You would hang around and shoot the shit with us for a little bit?
Hell yeah.
Before we get into Braw Or Naw, apologies are in order to a listener of ours, PJ McKinnon out of Canada.
Why?
Just because he was it was you and Jordan, I think, that you guys were saying that you couldn't picture Alana yelling at their sons. So
it was me. It was me.
It was you.
No, I never said that. I never said anything about her sons. On the podcast, I said I just had this impression of Alana. She's so nice. I just couldn't ever imagine her going mad.
Yes. Okay.
Just couldn't imagine her raising her voice and going mental.
Well, me being a father and going mental daily because I have 2 daughters. I as a joke in our group chat, I said to PJ, "This is your mission if you choose to accept it. The boys don't think Alana has it in her to go off. Your mission is to capture some audio or video of her yelling at her kids, at your kids to prove them wrong." So he wrote, "Holy shit, boys, I'd get killed if I did that." So I didn't want to put him in the bad books. I'm glad he didn't do it. And Alana, if you are listening to this, your husband's he's a keeper.
And can I just also say I wasn't around when this was being plotted. I was actually away working, or I would have shot that down in an instant.
That was one of the few times I contributed to that one. So
blame Jordan. He's not here to defend himself.
I know.
PJ's the fucking man. PJ is our boy.
PJ's great. You know what else is great? Braw Or Naw?
Oh!
Braw or Naw? Braw or Naw? Braw or Naw?
Right, so we're getting, just before we go into the Braw or Naws, Ali's just asked me, would I wear a Dundee top for £1,000 cash?
Right, I know there was a story behind it, right?
Right.
So, a guy at my work, he was laughing about the sort of rivalry between Rangers and Celtic, me being a Rangers fan, and he said, "Would you ever wear a Celtic top?" This is not for fucking love nor money. Wouldn't he do it? And he's like, 500 quid. I was like, nah. He's like, "I will give you £1,000 in cash if you come to work on Friday with a Celtic top on. This is not going to fucking happen." And he's like, "I didn't get that."
Really? Really? I don't get it either.
As a football fan, because he's not a football fan, he didn't get it. But so yeah, Andy, as a Dundee United fan, would you wear a Dundee top for cash?
Would I fuck?
There you go.
Really? Oh, get the fuck out of here! I'd wear
fuck off, man.
Cowboys head to toe. The Giants rivals. If I
You're
for
not a real
1,000
fan
pounds
then?
cash. Oh, I'm a big fan.
Nah,
Fuck the
you're
Cowboys.
Nah.
Couldn't he do it? But he just couldn't get his head around it.
So wearing, there's a good Braw or Naw to get started off with. Wearing your bitter rivals' sporting jersey for money, Braw or Naw. The answer for me is no.
Straight up fucking no. No chance.
For money, it depends. Yeah, I would do it for money.
You're a fucking
But
sellout.
Time
Do
out.
anything
Time
for
out. You're right. Time out. I wouldn't wear like a Cowboys hat just like if I had it was matching my outfit or something. I wouldn't do that. But if you were to give me cash for it, I'd wear it
Nah,
for
fuck that,
a
man.
year.
Sell out.
£1,000.
We had asked one of the managers at that place, what can't be named.
That shall not be named.
They shall not be named. And he said the exact same. It's the exact same thing.
Really?
Yeah. He wouldn't do it.
No, you
He's a
can't.
big Villa fan. And he was like, I was like, would you wear a Birmingham? He's like,
Oh, okay.
nah. He's like, not a fucking chance. He's like, I couldn't live it down.
Nah.
I could be disowned.
Nah, because I know some smart wee bastard somewhere would take a photo of it. It'd be on social media. It would be
Fuck social
used
media.
against me as blackmail forever. Nah, and like the Dundee top. Mind you, a Dundee top, you could probably get one of them for about £3, couldn't you? So
The podcast would pop off, and then Dundee would invite you down, and then they'd be like, "Wait a minute, what's this photo?"
fuck that.
Players' Day.
Yeah, get him off the field.
Or St Johnson. Oh god, I don't know what would be worse. Somebody putting a St Johnson top on or a
Or the
fucking
farmer's
Dundee
shed.
top. Ugh,
Down to watch the farmers at St Johnson.
bunch of chichters. Right, we're ready to get in about it.
Yeah, let's dance.
In about it like
Let's
a dog
dance.
eating beetroot. Right.
Oh my goodness.
First up, Sean Gray. Shout out to Sean Gray. People calling drinking the Sesh. Braw or Naw. He says it's a no.
Al, you can go first. Go ahead.
Oh,
Out on the Sesh.
out of Sesh. I'm too old for that shit. Like, I think there's got to be a fucking age limit on that.
This is like the elder statesman show, by the way.
That's what it is.
Everyone's over. Is Jordan's not 30 yet? Is he?
He acts like he's about
Jordan-
70.
Jordan's got the immune system of a 30-year-old. That's what, I'm sorry, of an older 30-year-old.
It's enough for me.
No,
Nah.
Love a Sesh.
you love a Sesh.
Oh, it's a Sesh. Man, you're out on the Sesh. That doesn't, mind you, I wouldn't call going out drinking the Sesh. I would call it going on the Sesh when it's drinking and everybody else is up to all sorts of other stuff. Either that, I'm just out drinking. So,
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ali.
Wow, Mike, that's fucking
Almost
bright.
blinded our guest.
I know.
I'm gonna go. No, I don't like. I may say it. I don't like it, and I hate when people like use the sesh in like different words, like sessuary. You know what I mean? Sessuary 13th. We're going out. No, we're going out drinking.
who says that?
A lot of people do. Yeah.
Sessiosaurus Rex.
No, Sessiosaurus Rex. No.
Oh,
No for me. That's a no.
So no.
That's as bad as the Archbishop of Banterbury.
Oh, I hate
kind of
that.
shit.
I hate that.
fucking- You're getting choked out. Right, here's one. Craig McCaffrey. Says, folk going to gigs and treating it like a social catch-up. Had to move twice last night because of folk chatting. Expensive £50 way to catch up with your mates. So, Braw or Naw, going to gigs and standing around people who are all just chatting and socialising.
Oh, sorry, Ali. I keep
Wow,
blinding
Mike,
you.
what's going on, man?
I got weird thumbs.
Because remember,
Getting hold of that fucking torch.
because obviously in Craig's eyes, you're not allowed to go out and socialise and have a good time. So,
Well, my view on this is this. I understand there's people that maybe it's a band that you're going to see with some friends that you listened to when you were younger, and then you're going to see these people that you may have not seen for a while. You may want to have a conversation. Plus, bands like to do that shit where they go and you want to go hear them play the hits, and then they go, "Here's a little something from our new album on our B-side," and you're like, "Oh, here we go." And if you want to go have a conversation, have a conversation. But why don't you go take that shit to the bar? Don't do it over here. Don't do
Yeah.
it in the crowd. Do it someplace not near that. And then when your song that you like comes on, come back, dance, and sing with the rest of the people. So I'm going to say no. Ellie?
Nah. I'm going to say no as well.
No?
I know I was taking the piss, but I'm totally with Craig on that one. That's just fucking annoys the fuck out of me, man. So,
He said you paid a lot of money to go and see a band. Watch the fucking band.
Mind
Have
you-
a catch up in the boozer after.
mind you, I do. I'm quite interested to know what kind of gig that he was at, because
Yeah.
normally when you go to a gig, it's going to be absolutely pelters, about 120 dB. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like a jet taking off next to you. You're not going to hear really that much chat.
No.
So maybe he was away at a wee acoustic folk night or a wee
Classical.
you know, a wee classical night or something. So Craig, we'd be interested to find out what the gig was you were at, mate.
A pianist on stage, and someone's like, "Hey!"
Next up, so yeah, I think that's in the nobbin.
Yeah, nobbin.
Resounding nobbin. Next up, Gaza Monroe. Shout out Gaza.
Gaza.
Gaza. I love the fact that Night and Day podcasts are calling him Gaza Monroe as well now.
Yeah.
Shout out Gary Monroe.
Gary Monroe.
He says that Hibs away goalkeeper kit.
I haven't seen it. I gotta pull it up.
Is this luminous yellow one?
I think that's the one
Hibs
he's
in
referring
general
to.
are fucking awful. So
Oh shit, Gary's also got a top 3 as well to go in the top 3 bin.
Okay.
Just FYI, it's best and worst. Top 3 best or worst football kits. So
Is that it? That's luminous yellow.
that's just their away top,
that's
I think,
the
in
away
general.
top. It's
Oh.
the goalie top.
Hibs away.
Did they have it on at the weekend?
I'm no sure.
Hibs away goalie. Hold on, I'll find it. Goalie.
Gary, we're going to find this for you. See, well,
Oh yeah. Oh, that's hot. I like that.
Nah.
You got a pair of sneakers to match that? You're rolling.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Gary, what's wrong with you?
Stop being a crabby asshole, Gary.
So he never said if it was Braw or Naw, but
Oh, okay, all right. I think
just
it's
say
Braw.
Braw, man. Yeah,
Sorry for
no
calling you a
problem
crabby
with that.
asshole, Gary. I didn't mean that.
is that in the Brawl of Fame?
Brawl of Fame. Let's
I'd
do
say
it.
no, just because anything to do with Hibs shouldn't be fucking allowed.
Yeah.
All right. Ali's a Ranger supporter. If you missed that on the
Plastic
early part.
fucking
Yeah.
Tims.
Lewis Jackson, Braw or Naw, The Grill.
The grill was one of the places I was told to stay away from when I first moved here. The grill and B-bar.
Braw from me.
Really?
Oh, how many great nights I had in there, man.
Don't know, mate. I
No,
think
you never been there?
Nah.
No.
I'm new. I'm only just back in Perth, mate.
Oh,
Been away
okay.
for 10 years.
Used to be Cheeky Monkeys back in the day. Is it Cutlog Venal or Flesher's Venal, the one just on South Street?
Oh, I know what you mean, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's up the back.
Looks rough. I've been in there. But
I think I've been in there.
I worked in there for
Aye,
a few
why no?
months, man. It was
Yeah?
good. Oh,
Is it?
fucking brilliant, man. What
Yeah.
a night. You
Go with Braw.
working there.
Brawl.
Raw.
That's a Braw from me.
I'm gonna say, bro, I haven't had any issues there. Some rough people standing outside every now and then, but that makes the pub. It gives it character.
Oh, here's a good one. So again, Lewis never said whether he thought it was Braw or not, but he's a listener to the show. He's bound to think it's Braw. So next one, Brian Howie, Braw or not. This is one that grinds my gears a wee bit.
Grinds my gears.
Facebook birthday fundraising. For my birthday, could you donate to...
Hi, when did this become a thing?
I don't
Now,
know.
Brian says, I wouldn't even be buying you a fucking present, so don't try and guilt me into donating to little Amy's need for a mobility chair. No. Harsh, but fair. No, do you know what? Like, there's ways to go about and do it, but don't guilt trip somebody saying, oh, it's my
Aye.
birthday, and you need to, instead of giving me a present, like... If it was a family member, like my mum was like, what do you want for your birthday, mum? She's like, I'd love it if you gave £100 to the hospice for this, or
Yeah.
£100 for that. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But just like going on your Facebook, like, hey guys, it's my birthday. I think you should all donate something.
There was a guy on my
No, I think
Facebook
it's
that did that the
not.
other day, and I was like, nah, mate. Nah, I'm not having it. Sorry, but nah. Like I said, I wasn't going to give fuck all anyway, so.
Nah.
I'm all up for giving to charity, by the way. But I think that's just. I don't know when that became a thing.
Mark Miller on the check-in, he says, agreed. I assume he means he's not donating to anyone on Facebook, as we use Facebook to broadcast this. But I'm going to say, no, I'm not donating to anybody. Nobody I know, no.
Yeah, I think I made my feelings clear on charity last week as well. So no.
Charity starts at home.
That's a no. Right, Big Ralph Rogalski.
Ralphie Roggs, it says he's watching. I don't know if he's still on.
Is he still there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he is watching.
Ralph, this one's for you, bro. So Ralph's got folk wearing Peaky Blinder-esque clothes in real life.
That's how I'm sat there.
Yes.
I've been fucking done.
I wore one yesterday too. I wore my
I
checker
wore
one.
this purely because I was cold. That was it.
Now Ralph is attacking your character now.
Wow.
Thanks a lot, Ralph.
No, I mean, I'm not going full clobber. I know what he means.
Trench coat,
Aye, nah.
pocket knife.
There's nothing wrong with the hats. I think the hats are dope,
I loved
man.
it. I told him the hat was nice when we first started.
Ralph's got here, he says, I'm a no. I didn't mind a wee flat cap, but the whole get up with the bow tight tweed ohin, costume pocket watch, and winkle picker boots
so
combined
Scottish,
with the
Ralph.
bare ankles, overgroomed beard, and handlebar tash and half a haircut, with or without the big daft bonnet, It's just a hop, skip, and a massive dirty jump too far in my book. If you're going to rewind the clock of fashion, just rock it back a wee bit to the days of bold, coloured, button-down collar, Ben Sherman shirts, loose-fitting but not boot-cut jeans, and cat boots high.
Cat boots
high.
Oh, cat boots. Okay, I know what you mean.
So I think he's wanting to take it back to about 1998 or something like that.
Yeah,
When Ben
but-
Sherman was fucking. When I was about 15, Ben Sherman was. all
Ralph
the
stuck
rage
in the
those days.
1980s. Is that
Yeah.
what we're saying? 1990s, I mean.
I remember saying that and then
Ben
coming
Sherman
home.
shirt, you're just looking boss as fuck.
Aye, and then coming home, my dad was like, Ben Sherman, fuck, we used to wear them back in the 70s and that age. You think that's all
Things just
fucking
come
new and
round,
that
man.
now?
Just keep going round.
So,
What goes up must come down.
so I guess if you hang in there, Ralph, then
It'll
It'll
be
come
back.
back.
Ben Sherman's will be
It'll
back.
come back.
I like a Ben Sherman. Fucking.
Same like fucking Alessi and all that kind of shit. It's just come back. It's a thing.
See,
I'd
but-
died for fucking years and then came back.
See, when I was at school, man, if you got caught about in fucking kappas or fucking Alessis or anything like that, man, you're getting barred.
Why?
Because that's what fucking all the minks wore, right? And then, like, these days, it's fucking trendy.
Battered.
It's all trendy as fuck, man. So, I don't know.
I'm going to say Braw because Ralph paid for the stag do. So I'm going to agree with him. Braw.
Aye, bro.
Yeah.
I think that is all of our Braw or Naws for tonight, gentlemen.
Is that it?
Let me just double check. I think that is us out.
Oh, there may have been one on the list. Oh, no, there wasn't.
Yeah.
No, there wasn't on the list.
Yeah. Oh, no, there's Chris's ones as well, sorry. So he's got
Okay.
cold takeaway pizza for breakfast. He says, no, for me, fire it in the oven or the microwave.
It depends. If it's not from like a chain, fire it in the microwave or in the oven. Yeah, sprinkle a little water on it, put it in the microwave. It'll get it nice. But like if it's Domino's or something and it's a piece of shit pizza, yeah, just eat it cold.
I eat anything, man.
Yeah.
I'd quite happily eat cold pizza for breakfast. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't bother warming it up.
Ain't
Nah.
it, Mac?
You can't be putting pizza in the microwave. Microwaves are only good for warming up one thing.
What's
and
that?
that is lasagna.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
cannot fuck up lasagna warming it up in a micro, but a pizza
Shit goes
just gets
nuclear
a
in the microwave,
saft-
though.
Hell yeah.
Just
Oh,
gets
that'll
a
flop you.
saft, aye. And then the problem is then you put it back in the oven, it ends up, it dries all
dry.
the tomato sauce out. It's just like
Yeah.
eating a fucking lump of bread, man.
You do want a dry pizza. It's not good.
Cold takeaway pizza
Bro,
I'll go Braw.
for breakfast. Nah, I'm going to go with Chris. Nah, I'm not going to waste my time.
Mark Miller says, Andy Mac, cheers for the like on my photography page.
No worries, mate. You want
Yeah.
to take any pictures? Here's a model right here. Like.
Hi-oh.
Right, next one. Folk having a full-blown conversation on the phone whilst in the shitter. Nah, proper fucking rank.
nah, mate. Definitely fucking.
Nah, that's not. You can look. You can read on your phone if you want in there. Just be quiet. I don't want to hear anything from the stall next to me.
Nah.
Nothing.
I don't want to even hear it
Definitely
hitting the
not.
water.
No.
when you're in the stall next to me.
I always hear people grunting that way. Like, it's like, oh, come on, get your shit together.
There's some nasty sounds coming out of that
Yeah.
toilet work, mate.
They're rank.
I'll
They're-
agree with
they're
that.
horrible.
I'll agree with you on that one. That is fucking rotten. Some of the sounds come out of that
I think I touched on that weeks ago. You guys was working at that hellhole
establishment.
was that people who would go for a shit at 8:15 in the morning. I was
Yeah.
like, bro, you just got here 10 minutes ago. Do you know, go for a fucking shit before you left the house.
Get your clock right.
You fat fuck, sort yourself out, man. Right, you also left us a top 3 for future episodes, which was what are your boys' top 3 monkey sword fight episodes. So we'll put that one in the back.
This is definitely one of them. This is
And,
definitely one of them.
we will.
Even though Jordan's not here, but
That's why it's going to be
Definitely
number
the one
one.
about shitting stories.
shitting stories.
Yeah. Who's had? You had to drive home.
Oh,
I was crying listening to that, mate. Crying listening to that one.
I actually had that because Jordan said he was sick. Well, we can maybe save that for when Jordan comes back then.
Well,
Wrap
yeah,
it
that
up.
one has to go in the bank because this week's top 3 was what was it again? It was from last week. It was Ian's one, wasn't it?
Was the WWE one, wasn't it?
No,
Wasn't top 3 people you wish to take to the pub? Or did we do that?
no, no, aye, no, yeah. Well,
I'm not sure.
No, I think it was that. What was the one that Ian emailed in?
Ian. Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was the one from last week, and then we got Nate to decide which one he wanted to do. So I think it was in top 3 people you would invite for a pint or a meal or something. Is that not it?
Yeah, I'm looking for it right now. Yeah, top three famous people you wish you could take to the pub.
Brilliant. Cool. Shall we get in it?
Dive in. Let's do it.
Well, when you
Ali,
get-
kick
oh,
off. Boot
man.
it off.
Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. Yeah, he'd be good.
Yeah, he'd be a good laugh.
You'd learn something too there with him, I think.
Yeah, no, I think so. I suppose you've got to be somebody like, you may go with somebody from the past, you know what I mean? Something that you could really learn from, but Billy Connolly, Ali McKay, just because, again, it'd be a good fucking night out. I think.
See a Celtic player.
Super Ali would be full of good stories.
Wow,
and good
mate.
crack, man.
You're going to get bitch slapped, like, seriously.
I think Super Ali would be he'd be a good night out.
Who the fuck else?
Look at me referring to him as Super Ali as well as a Rangers fan. Eh?
Yeah, you
Fuck
love it,
off.
mate. You love it.
No, I don't.
Third person.
He's a good guy though.
Nah, he is. He's somebody you just want to hear a decent night out. But so, yeah, Billy Connolly, Ali McCoy. Who else? There's so many choices. So many choices. They've got to be dead or alive. Just any.
Anything you
I'm
want,
just
man.
an anybody. It's just said famous. Didn't really specify, but
Muhammad Ali.
there you go.
Yeah.
He didn't
You want
drink
folk?
though.
You want to
He'd
know?
have to drink.
Nah, you want to go with folk that are going to give you stories. You know what I mean? Entertain you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think it was like
Ali Mac.
classics.
Ali Mac. Andy Mac.
Ooh, I think I'd probably want to go with Mike Tyson would be one because I always liked Iron Mike, man. I think he'd be an interesting dude. I'd love to go for a pint with somebody like Frank Zappa. I think that would be just amazing. And last would be Keith Richards, mate. You should go out on the fucking sesh with Big Keith. And,
You're not coming back for
like
that,
I say,
mate.
we're not going to
You know-
drink in, we're going to sesh.
You're not coming back for that one, though. That man
He's
needs,
older than me and he's in a lot worse nick than me. I think
he needs
he'll be all
medically
right.
tested on because that guy should not be alive.
What a legend he is.
Oh, definitely.
Viking blood. Tiger blood. First one would be Michael Jordan. Love Michael Jordan.
Wow.
Huge fan of Michael Jordan.
Choice.
He loves a drink too. He likes some
Love him
wine.
in Space Jam.
He's got he's got his own tequila too, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think he invested in a tequila company. So I know he likes his booze and his cigars. Maybe I think Jay-Z as well. If I sit down with Jay-Z for a while, I think he'd be good to hang out with. I think somebody else that would be someone you can learn from a little bit. From what I hear, he likes to drink. I heard he likes to drink on stage, maybe too much, occasionally. And the third, I'm trying to think of an actor that I would want to sit down that likes to.
Arnie.
Nah, I don't know about Arnie. Maybe Chris Rock. I think Chris Rock would be good to hang out with. He'd make you laugh, and there's somebody else you learn from. I think. You plow through that. That was quick.
That was an easy top 3 this week.
Yes, that was. Should we wrap it up? Should we put it in the bag? Oh shit!
I've not got any sports and I've not watched or listened to anything this week because I've just been working literally like fucking 18-hour days, man.
Al, do you have anything actually that you've been watching or listening to?
What have you been watching or listening to this week?
Started watching Titans the other day
Okay.
on Netflix. It's alright, like. I'm kind of enjoying it. I didn't really know what to make of it
What's that about?
first. It's based around Robin is split from Batman.
Yeah.
He's now a detective in a different city, and he's helping out this like crazy ass kid that's got mental powers.
Is that not the one that either Jordan or Nate talked about last week?
Potentially, yes, I think so.
Maybe
think-
Jordan did.
Yeah, this rings a bell actually. Yeah.
Yeah, because he was saying like Robin was like in this town and folk were like starting on, they're like, fuck you Robin, where's Batman? And then he like beat them all up.
Yeah. It's a bit. What are you?
Something like that.
Have you seen Watchmen?
No.
Oh yeah, don't watch films.
Well remembered.
If anybody's watched Watchmen, it's like that. It's quite dark, it's quite gritty, but the costumes are quite full on and very comic book esque, what makes it look a bit mental. But yeah, it's decent. Like I'm kind of getting into that. That's about it.
And the music? I know you like the odd hip hop.
Yeah, an album I'm still listening to that I was told you about a wee while ago. A guy called Guilty Simpson.
Okay.
It's called Dice.
Quality.
You know what the album
Yeah,
on
I
about?
know exactly what you're on about.
Guilty Simpson.
Yeah, good
The
MC, man.
Homer's cousin.
there's a track on it called Potatoes. It samples a tune in the back of it, and it's fucking brilliant. I was listening to that in loop. Yeah, my mate put me onto that. I think it's from a few years ago. But yeah, solid album. Like really enjoy it. I don't think there's a bad track on it. A new Ice Cube album as well. Not bad.
Mm-hmm. No,
he's
didn't
a
like
bit-
that,
he's-
did you?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got mixed reviews here.
I don't know. It's got a decent. It's kind of standard Cube stuff, but yeah, he just seems quite angry, just about
Everything.
America. Yeah,
Yeah,
just angry.
Nobody wants to hear. Everyone's angry about America. I don't want to hear about that.
It's still a decent enough album, but yeah, Gilly Simpson one, I'm really, really enjoying. Like,
Class MC, man.
yeah.
Absolutely top class. And he's quite an underground guy as well. Like, he's not super mainstream or anything like that, but he has just ticked along underneath the radar of some of the sort of the bigger sharks in the independent sort of scene, if you like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think he was at Boom Bap when I was playing there in 2015. I'm sure he was. He was there, like Earl Sweatshirt and all those kind of guys as well. But yeah, no, good shout, man.
No, it's a decent album. Like I
Guys
said,
put
my
in
mate
quality stuff.
puts me on to stuff like this, and yeah, no, decent album from start to finish. Like, did enjoy it. Give that a listen, Mike.
All right, I'll do it.
Mike, my beat tape's on Tidal now. No excuses.
Oh, is it? I'm diving in. There was one I told you. What was the one I said I was going to write to? One of them is so fucking gets in your head. I can't stop my neck from moving when I listen to it.
I only remembered that because about 20 minutes before it came out, I got the email from DistroKid.
Yeah.
So while it's been on Spotify and every other digital retailer for about 2.5 weeks,
Yeah.
only today, about 2.5 hours ago, did Jay-Z say, all right, man, we're going to let this one go.
Yeah, Andy Mack. Yeah, we'll put him on my label. I've been listening to, I've been watching actually the Ted Bundy tapes on Netflix.
Ooh, well,
He was a fucking crazy man, like out of control.
There's
Very,
a film
very good.
coming out as well.
There is with Zac
Zac
Efron.
Efron.
Zac Efron gets his T-shirt off. So.
They've criticised it already.
Yeah.
Have you seen this?
Like you were excited about that. Mike.
Oh, who isn't? Yeah,
They've criticised this already, though.
yeah, because they kind of
said
make
that-
light of it. Yeah,
Yeah, that he's because it's Zac Efron, he's taking his shirt off. That he's giving the film sex appeal, and therefore he's sexing up Ted Bundy, who was a
Listen,
psycho.
Ted Bundy doesn't need Zac Efron sex appeal. Ted Bundy was one of the most charming, manipulative
He was.
men any woman could have ever have met. He doesn't need sex appeal from fucking anybody because he got them all home.
People get offended, don't they?
They do.
Oh, what a load! But listen to what they're saying. They're giving the film sex appeal. Ted Bundy was an incredibly good-looking guy. He was charming.
Yeah.
He was intelligent. He spoke well.
Exactly.
Articulate. You know, he didn't.
He
Need,
used it to his advantage.
yeah, he
Yeah.
did exactly. He doesn't. He was already. That makes me angry hearing that. That just annoys me, man.
yeah.
Sorry
That's
for
what his
annoying
whole
you.
game was about. Was about fucking sex appeal to women to be able to chat them up and then fucking get them home and murder them.
Well, yeah, they did,
I feel I'm upset, Andy. Now.
no, but if you
Fucking raging.
if you actually watch the documentary, he does kind of look like Zac Efron too. So it works. It actually
Yeah.
works. So we
Forgot Ted Bundy never took off his top in real life, did he?
Never.
No, he never.
Never.
Did. Never ever did.
Always did it with his shirt on.
always he
a
murdered
tie.
and killed with him. We talked about the Fire Festival doc last week, didn't we?
Wow, yes, I watched that.
How crazy was that?
What the fuck?
It was just insane to watch these people just swindle all these rich kids out of their money. It was so crazy.
I'm sorry,
Reading
but
about
the
that.
guy that had to go to customs,
Yes.
I went home and I used mouth. What was that about?
No, he's trying to get the job done. Got to get the job done. Very good. Highly
Yes.
recommend that. That was very funny. It was crazy how the guy got out of jail and he was like still hustling. I was
Yes.
like, yo, he's a hustler till he dies. Like
Exactly. I think he's still hustling in jail.
Imagine he is. I bet when he comes out, he's gonna write a book and he's gonna be a millionaire in a minute. But anyway. Also, it's not out yet, but I saw a trailer for it. I posted on the page. Wu-Tang Clan is coming out with a documentary, or someone's doing a documentary
I
on
heard
Wu-Tang
about
Clan
this, yeah.
about it.
called Wu-Tang Clan of Mikes and Men. It looks fantastic, and me being from Staten Island, I need to watch it and promote it. So.
Is it going to be on Netflix?
No, it's going to be on Showtime, but I'm going to find the link. I'll definitely find the link, and I'll share it for you guys illegally. So,
Decent.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a watch. Like, but yeah, that Fire Festival thing was fucking nuts.
yeah, it was good.
Jarrell just looked like a fucking dumbass. Like,
He did.
He got done.
And him he's on Twitter trying to like beg for like sympathy from all these people. And we're like, Ja, you still got millions. There's people down there who didn't get paid and struggling. That lady gave away what $50,000 of her own money to feed all those people.
There's been a crowdfund page for her.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to
Yeah,
give her
she got
money
it back.
back. So I mean, that was like the Hunger Games. That shit, like, it was brutal.
Yeah, that was good to watch. So
Yeah.
check those out. Is that us? We'll do sports because we're running kind of long now. We'll do sports next week after the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
we'll have more to talk about.
We've got a post Super Bowl show coming up, so
yeah,
we'll save that for then, I think.
Before we wrap up, FairCity Jiu-Jitsu, sponsors of today's show. Perthshire's only dedicated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training facility offers classes suitable for all experience levels, 7 days a week. Everyone's welcome. Come in, get fit, enjoy being part of a team, and learn something new. And the first session is for free. The first class, the basics class, is designed to give newcomers to the sport a smoother start. And they'll be looking at terminology, key concepts, and the most common positions in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as well as fundamental movements required for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So give them a shout on Facebook. Look for FairCity Jiu-Jitsu. Please check them out if you want to start something new. I am Mike Dots.
So you are, yeah.
I am on Twitter at _MDots. Why you fucking up my outro?
No, it's just the way you just like stop there and you're just like, I'm Mike Dots.
I was leaving a dramatic pause.
you had-
It's so awkward without Jordan here. It is so because he just talks shit. I've noticed. Like he's
Talks
just
too much,
He's a
yeah.
shit talker, so it's hard. So Jordan, please get back soon. Put a Band-Aid on something and get back in here. But anyway, I am Mike Dots at _MDots on Twitter. Please send me a tweet and let me know what you think of our performance without Jordan. Let us know what you think about Ali, good or bad. No, I'm joking. Let us know what you think about Ali and everything. Tell us some stories about any transplants or anything. You guys want to give in your socials?
Yeah, you know where to find me at Macfarlane.
On Twitter, MSF Podcast.
MSF_podcast.
MSF_podcast. I should know this stuff by now.
You should know this, Mike.
Instagram, Monkey Sword Fight Podcast. Twitter, MSF at MSF_podcast. Email address, monkeyswordfightpodcast at gmail.com. Is that it? Are we peacing out?
Kind of if you want to, aye.
Bye.
Bye.